It's a new era for Kansas football as former player and longtime assistant Clint Bowen takes the helm as head coach. His first test is Dana Holgerson's high-powered pass game, led by quarterback Clint Trickett and wideout Kevin White. From Morgantown, it's Kansas at West Virginia, next on Fox College Football. Today is homecoming in Morgantown, West Virginia at Milan Puskar Stadium. What a great day for Fox College football. A Big 12 matchup between the Kansas Jayhawks and the West Virginia Mountaineers. Thanks for tuning in for this game this afternoon. With Brian Baldinger, I'm Mark Followell. Really glad to have you with us. Should be a good one today, Brian. We see two teams who really want to get their first Big 12 victory. A lot of storylines today, starting with West Virginia. When they're on the field, we'll see one of the best passing offenses in the nation.
They're great offense, but they're led by the redshirt senior quarterback Clint Trickett, who's off to a great start, completing 72% of his passes and really throwing the ball down the field to a number of really good receivers. But they put the ball in his hands because he trusts him. He's a quarterback and a coach on the field, and with him, there's nothing that this offense can't do. And for Kansas, it's a new beginning. Charlie Weiss out. Interim head coach Clint Bowen elevated from the defensive coordinator position to head coach. And while he can't change the talent on this team right now, he can change the way they do things, the energy level, the enthusiasm. And for Kansas today, he hopes that that transfers to better execution on the field this afternoon.
Last year when the two teams played in Lawrence, Kansas ended a long Big 12 losing streak. Today, West Virginia is looking for revenge. It's homecoming in Morgantown, and we'll kick it off. Kansas at West Virginia, coming up next on Fox College Football. This is Fox College Football as we are in Morgantown, West Virginia. Milan Puskar Stadium, Kansas and West Virginia on this Saturday afternoon. Thanks for joining us. And before we kick off, Leslie McCaslin visits with Kansas's new coach, Clint Bowen.
Well, Clint, you called this your dream job. As you take the field as the head coach of Kansas, what are your emotions right now?
You know, our emotions for our whole team are unbelievable. You know, we went through a tough week, a lot of transition and change, and these players that represent Kansas football, they showed up every day, they worked hard, they put their heart and soul in the preparation. They're all together. We're Kansas football, and we're ready to go.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Kansas won the toss, and they have deferred their option until the second half. So West Virginia will be receiving the opening kickoff. They've got Mario Alford and Wendell Smallwood back deep to receive. There's Dana Holgerson coming off an off week. His team is 2-2 with close losses to two of the best teams in the nation, Brian, Alabama and Oklahoma. They won against Towson, an FCS team, and also defeated Maryland on a field goal on the final play of the game.
Yeah, and Dana said that in losing to Alabama and Oklahoma, that makes them the third best team in the country. He's got a great deal of belief in what this team can do and has done and how much better they can get.
There's Trevor Pardula, big leg. He also handles the punting chores for Kansas. They're 2-2. Their wins are over Southeast Missouri State and Central Michigan. And they've lost to Duke, and last week they were shut out by Texas. And the return is Alford, who has run one back for 100 yards in his career, and he has some space. He beat a man at the 10. He runs to the sideline, and he's out of bounds.
Mario Alford on the return.
34-yard return for Alford, as West Virginia will send Clint Trickett and their offense out onto the field. Clint Trickett is from Tallahassee. He's a senior who has thrown for 1,600 yards, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions this year.
And they can play as fast as any team in the country, averaging almost 90 plays in their first 4 games.
Tyler Orlowski is the center, who will snap it back to Clint Trickett. And they'll hand the ball off, and running out to the left is Wendell Smallwood, and Cassius Sendish is on the tackle for the Kansas defense.
Kansas defense led by their captain, Ben Heaney. The middle linebacker form, he is all over the field, a tackling machine.
That he is. Ben Heaney is averaging almost 11 tackles per game. Second down and 10, and they throw the pass inside, and it's caught by Shelton Gibson. Gibson breaks a tackle and stumbles. He's into Kansas territory. White's got the ball. It's down to the 30-yard line. brought down by Sindish. And that is a long play on the second play of the game for West Virginia. As here are the Academy Sports Right Stuff key players of the game.
Yeah, Kevin White averaging over 10 catches a game in the first 4 games, 42 on the year. And Ben Heaney, as we mentioned, the middle linebacker.
Now after the 35-yard pass play, there is a smack. Russell Shell was hit by Jacob Bragg for Kansas.
And already a big decision by Clint Bowen as he won the toss, yet elected to put this West Virginia offense on the field to start the game.
Now on 2nd down and 10. Trickett has a lot of time. Caught at the 35 out of the backfield. Shell runs up past the line of scrimmage and then is forced out by Tevin Shaw.
Well, these two running backs, whether it's Shell or Smallwood, they catch a lot of passes. 26 receptions between the two. Some of them are checkdowns like Smallwood just had, and some of them are screen plays.
Those two have caught more passes than any other running backs in the Big 12, as a matter of fact. Smallwood 15, Shell 11. Now it's 3rd down and 5 early in the game. There's already been a 35-yard pass play to Kevin White. The ball is at the 25 of Kansas. Trickett is throwing, and he tries to drop it in the bucket down the right side, and the pass is incomplete for DeKeel Shorts.
Yeah, they had Shorts one-on-one against Matthew Boateng, the corner, and Trickett just could not drop that pass in the bucket. And so maybe this is what Clint Bowen wanted. Even though they drove the field, they don't give up the touchdown. They force him into a field goal attempt. And now we'll see if one of the best kickers in college football can convert here to Josh Lambert.
Josh Lambert is from Garland, Texas. He's made 7 out of 10. This is an attempt from 42 yards. Lambert's kick puts West Virginia on the board. A 1-minute and 50-second scoring drive. And Michael Cozart and the Kansas Jayhawks will take the field when we return. The field goal for Lambert puts the Mountaineers in front 3-0. We'll see the Jayhawk offense after this. Well, you notice these West Virginia fans are dressed for not weather that you would expect in the first week of October. It's down in the 40s today here in Morgantown. They saw their team, the Mountaineers, drive down the field. Dana Holgerson's squad stalled out of the 25. They get a 42-yard field goal.
Well, it's an early autumn here. The leaves have begun to change. The temperature is brisk.
Is it ever?
We are in the mountains here of West Virginia, so you must be prepared for just about anything.
Right now we are prepared for Michael Molinari to kick off. Fielded at the 4-yard line. Cassius Sindish is returning. And Sindish is stopped at the 20-yard line. The Kansas Jayhawks 2-2, shut out at home by Texas last week for the first time since November of 2002 against Kansas State. A sophomore from Kansas City, Missouri, Montel Cozart, coming out of the field at quarterback.
Yeah, just a 50% completion quarterback right now. He's got to be more efficient. And they've got to make some big plays happen in the passing game today. He needs a little bit of help from up front in his offensive line to get that done.
Clint Bowen is now the interim head coach for Kansas. John Reagan is the offensive coordinator. The play call in the first play of the game for the Kansas offense is a keeper for Cozart, and he's thrown down after a run of maybe 2. Shaq Riddick on the tackle. We may see a lot of Riddick at defensive end today because of a injury that will limit, if not limit completely, may not even play, Dontrell Hyman, number 99, at defensive end.
Yeah, Hyman has got a knee issue that he's been dealing with even through the bye week that West Virginia just enjoyed last weekend.
The run for Cozart is only officially 1 yard. Corey Avery is in the backfield. And it's nearly intercepted. Wes Tonkery might have had a pick 6. He does have 1 interception this year. And the senior linebacker from Shinston, West Virginia, almost picked it.
Well, he got right in the passing lane of Cozart. You're going to see they only rushed 3, and they dropped 8. And so all the passing lanes were covered. You're going to see a lot of different fronts from this West Virginia defense. 3-man rush, maybe as many as 6-man rush. They're going to mix it up and come after Cozart in a variety of ways.
West Virginia struggled to force turnovers this year. They only have 3 all season, and they've all been interceptions. Tonkery has one, but dropped that potential pick. And a marker's down. Delay a game.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Well, offensive coordinator John Reagan has gone from down on the sidelines to upstairs today, where he feels he can have a better look at what Cozart is looking at and help him a little bit more upstairs looking down on this West Virginia defense.
They crank up the noise, the fans do, here on this homecoming afternoon. On 3rd and 14. Cozart is running. Cozart has room. Cozart leaps over the 30 for the first down. Cut down by Drayvon Henry on the tackle, but how about that run on 3rd and 14?
Well, you know, he has that ability to extend plays, and that time West Virginia had an 8-man zone defending the pass, and they all dropped, and he just found some softness in that defense to take it up.
Ran for 18 yards. Cozart this year has rushed for 53 yards. Now Cozart is throwing, and it's to the sideline and incomplete. He was trying to find Justin McKay. Ishmael Banks on coverage as we look at the Academy Sports Right Stuff. Key players for Kansas's offense and West Virginia's defense.
I think Tony Pearson has to be a bigger part of this offense. He's only touched it 19 times this year. He's got to get the hands on it more. He's their best offensive player. And then Carl Joseph is their leading tackler on defense, but he's everywhere. And really, he could line up at free safety or outside linebacker. Just about anywhere, and he's their best tackler and best player on that side of the ball.
Those players, Pearson is a senior from East St. Louis, Illinois. Carl Joseph is a junior from Orlando, Florida. Option. And no pitch. Cozart is thrown down. Nick Kwiatkowski drops him for a loss.
Well, the inside linebacker just really is responsible. Here he is on the outside. I mean, he's got the quarterback. That's his job. They have another man on the pitch. So they were ready for that pitch option with Cozart leading it. And it's assignment football, and they played it perfectly.
Kwiatkowski now has 5 tackles for loss this year, as Kansas has already converted on 3rd and 15 on the drive, 3rd and 14 on the drive. Now they have a 3rd and 13. Cozart ran on that last play. He'll throw it here, and it's dropped. Looking for Pearson. Terrell Chestnut on coverage.
Well, they're just trying to get the ball to Pearson on a shallow cross, and if that ball is completed on time, there's a lot of room to run with it afterwards. So accuracy is an issue for Cozart, and they've said, like, look, they've shown it in practice. Now he's got to carry it over to the game. And right now, Clinton's not sure if that's nerves on Cozart's part or if it's just he needs more time and more experience.
The punter is Trevor Pardula, averaging 45.5 yards per punt. His long this year is 72. That one goes out inside the West Virginia 30-yard line. With homecoming today here in Morgantown, West Virginia. The Mountaineers got an early field goal for a 3-0 lead. This is Fox College Football. That's the West Virginia offense getting to retake the field for the second time today as we go to the field to see Leslie McCaslin. Leslie?
Well, the West Virginia coaches told us this week that the light has come on for their wide receiver, Kevin White. And the quarterback, Clint Trickett, is a big reason for that. In fact, Clint meets with him all the time, as much as their offensive coordinator, Shannon Dawson. When he became the starter, he took Kevin under his wing. Because of that, Kevin has become a much better player. And West Virginia is definitely experiencing a special connection between these two. Hopefully, we'll get to see some of it here today.
Russell Shell will run the ball on first down The drive starts at the 33. Isaiah Johnson brings down Shell. So the first drive for West Virginia started at the 35. This one at the 33.
Well, this is an amazing balanced offense. 179 passes, 175 runs so far this year. They're going to take what the defense gives you.
45 passes per game for West Virginia, 45 rushes per game, and they'll run it here. Their leading ball carrier this season is Russell Shell from Hopewell, Pennsylvania, 267 yards, 3 touchdowns so far this season.
And right up from the road from Pittsburgh. I'm a Pittsburgh kid, went to Pitt, transferred here, gained a little bit of weight, sat out. Now he's getting his opportunity, and he's trying to make the best of it in a crowded backfield. Right now, he's getting the bulk of the carries.
In 1 year at Pitt, Shell ran for 641 yards. To speak about Baldy's point, how crowded is that backfield? 5 players have at least 10 touches, 5 running backs. Trickett, big arm, rolling down the field as a marker down. Kevin White had 3 defenders there, but one of them interfered, it appears.
Kevin White is quickly making a name as one of the best receivers in college football. He just drew a crowd of 3 Kansas defenders.
Pass interference. Number 30, defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Tevin Shaw is kind of the nickel back in this defense. Kind of a quasi. Here he is right in the slot here. Man coverage. I saw really Sendish looked like he was really guilty of the interference there on White. He's going to draw a crowd because he's averaging over 10 receptions a game right now.
Kevin White.
Here he is down at the bottom.
Plainfield, New Jersey, 42 catches, 633 yards. Now, a run for Wendell Smallwood after the 15-yard penalty. Tevin Shaw on the tackle as West Virginia's got it in Kansas territory for the second time.
Well, this is not a dink and dunk offense. They want to stretch the field, and Trickett's got a big arm, and he's got receivers that can go get it.
And he'll look for one of those receivers here, it would appear. Now he may have to run the ball. Scrambling and throwing it down the sideline. Incomplete inside the 10. Had a chance to hook up with Jordan Thompson as he kept the play alive, Baldy.
Well, one thing about Trickett, and this is something that they're working with him on, is you see this is a scramble drill. One receiver goes deep and one goes short when the quarterback gets out of the pocket. Nice job adjusting by Thompson.
And now Trickett on third down, maybe a free play here. Jump ball, Kevin White has it. Out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. Great grab by big Kevin White.
Well, you mentioned big. I mean, over 6'2". We talked him down in the field. I mean, I'm 6'4", and I'm looking at him eye to eye. Big smile on his face, and he gets man coverage on the outside by Dexter McDonald. They're going to see a lot of that today, and Trickett's not afraid to put it up and really let Kevin White just go get it. I mean, he's done this against Alabama. He's did it, you know, against Oklahoma last week, against some of the best defenses in the country. He has held his own and excelled.
30 yards on the pass play. Now Wendell Smallwood is in the game, in the backfield. They've got Cody Clay in at tight end.
How about that little audible at the line of scrimmage?
Trickett, good protection. Now under pressure. You know, you were talking a moment ago about what Kevin White has done against Alabama and Oklahoma and great teams like that. You know, the Sagarin ratings put West Virginia, I know how much you love computers.
Yeah.
The Sagarin ratings have West Virginia as the toughest schedule so far played this year.
Well, number 2 Alabama, number 4 Oklahoma. I mean, you know, you look at Oregon, they've gotten beat. I mean, they may be the 3rd best offense in the country just simply by who they've gone up against and how they've moved the football against those powerhouses.
It is the 7th play of the drive, as you see. They're on the fade to the end zone, and to the back of the end zone, incomplete. Could not find Mario Alford, the senior from Greenville, Georgia, with coverage from Ja'Cory Shepherd, Brian.
Well, this is a good matchup here. Ja'Cory Shepherd and Mario Alford. There's nobody else in the screen. It's one-on-one. Nice job adjusting, really, by Alford. I think he got the foot in. He just didn't maintain possession of the football all the way through. Corey Shepard excels at man coverage. We're seeing more and more man coverage in college football. Everybody's trying to get after the quarterback. They're blitzing to do it right now.
And Kansas looks like they're trying to get after the quarterback here. Now, a flag.
Flag offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
West Virginia, 4.5 penalties, 46 penalty yards per game. This will back them up to 3rd and goal at the 15 now.
And that doesn't happen very often. Dana Holgorsen, one of the best play callers in all of college football. But I think even 5 yards back might help this next throw here by West Virginia, giving a little bit more room to operate.
Handing it off, Russell Shell. Shell at the 10. Shell stopped at the 8-yard line.
Well, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that they were going to settle with that run and put the field goal team out there when you have Kevin White that you could throw the football to. I'm surprised they wouldn't take a shot there.
And Brian, it's been 2 long plays to Kevin White that have been the biggest chunks of yardage on these first 2 tries for West Virginia. But the other thing that they've had in common is that they've stalled out shy of the end zone.
Well, I think Kevin White is surprised they didn't take a shot at the end zone.
Josh Lambert has already hit from 42 yards. Now from 25. 6-0 West Virginia. Clint Bowen in his first game as Kansas head coach. He saw his defense get the stop, but not before that 30-yard pass, winning the jump ball. Kevin White for the West Virginia Mountaineers. Fox College Football is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price every day. And by your local Ford dealer, visit your local Ford dealer now for great deals during the Built Ford Tough sales event. Some scenes from the homecoming parade here today in Morgantown, West Virginia, and there is the former coach of the Mountaineers, Bobby Bowden, here from 1970 to 1975. 6 years, 5 winning seasons, 2 Peach Bowl appearances.
Oh, wherever Bobby goes, they win. I mean, he went from here down to Florida State and made that a national power. I saw where his daughter was a cheerleader here in Morgantown at West Virginia, so strong connections here for the one great Bobby Bowden. Certainly Dana Holgorsen probably can take as much as he possibly can from a legendary coach like Bowden.
As Dana, of course, has been with some great coaches himself.
Sure.
Former offensive assistant at Texas Tech, Houston, and Oklahoma State. Down in the end zone by Jacoby Shepard. On the kickoff by Michael Molinari, who's also the holder on place kicks. Kansas had a drive where they converted a 3rd and long, but then did not convert on their second try at 3rd and long. So here's Cozart and the offense back on the field.
Well, they need to try to get Montel here some completions. Whether it's just a bubble screen, a screen to the running back, just try to get him some early confidence here on the road, trying to break this road losing streak in the Big 12 that they've had for a number of years.
6 years to the day is the last time Kansas won on the road in the Big 12. That was at Iowa State. They handed off to Tony Pearson, who was lined up in the backfield. He went right and was in trouble and went back to his right, and then Kwiatkowski found him.
Well, just early penetration right here. I mean, right there at the line of scrimmage, Shaq Riddick, starting today at defensive end, was right there waiting for it.
Kwiatkowski now has 2 tackles for loss today. That was a -4 on that run for Pearson. Another run and play inside on 2nd and 14, and getting up off the bottom of the pile after carry is Corey Avery, a freshman from Carter High School in Dallas.
Well, West Virginia's defense is really built to stop Big 12 offenses that like to spread you out and throw it. They're undersized, not a player over 300 pounds, but a great deal of speed and great hitters on defense. And they can explode to a ball carrier.
The biggest player on defense for West Virginia, their starter at nose guard, Kyle Rose, is 294. Cozart on 3rd and long, immediately flushed from the pocket, completes the pass, that is, to Nick Harwell, but then he's immediately pushed out of bounds by K.J. Dillon.
Well, K.J. Dillon is kind of a stand-up outside linebacker defensive end, but with speed, only 206 pounds. But it's just almost like an extra defensive back on the field. And that's the speed that I speak of, is they can get to the ball carrier, and then when you do run it against them, they just converge on you.
That was the first completion today for Cozart, but only for 4 yards when they needed 12 on 3rd down. The first punt today for Trevor Pardula was 36 yards. And does not get a lot of that one. Certainly out of character for the strong-legged punter, Trevor Pardula. We'll see Kevin White take the field. He's already had 2 big pass catches today for the West Virginia offense. And Kevin White and the Mountaineers will try to build on their 6-0 lead coming up next. Come on inside Milan Pushkar Stadium here in Morgantown, West Virginia. Mountaineers 6, Jayhawks nothing. Just over 6 minutes left in the first quarter as we look at the Cold Hard Facts brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Kevin White has burst onto the scene this year. Transferred in from Lackawanna College in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Last year, 35 catches, 507 yards here, and he's already eclipsed those numbers this year. 44 grabs, 697 updated through so far today, Baldy.
And that's why kids want to come to West Virginia. They want to play in this offense, and they want a chance to catch a lot of passes.
Now some misdirection, and they'll toss the ball to Alford, who is running to the 50, to the 40. Could not sidestep a tackle brought down by the leg by Dexter McDonald. But how about that bit of trickeration with Alford running ball?
Well, anyway, I mean, Alford doesn't have a catch yet, but they want to get the ball in his hands. He's their second leading receiver. He's a playmaker, tremendous route runner up at the top here against Ja'Cory Shepherd.
20 yards on the run. Trickett. Incomplete. Looking for Kevin White.
Think about it. You know, Kevin White was playing in obscurity at Lackawanna College, a junior college, in Scranton, Pennsylvania, probably in front of a couple hundred people at the most. Here he is down in West Virginia. The second year, Leslie already mentioned that Trickett's really helped kind of build his confidence in what kind of player he could be.
Russell Shell, an opening to run. And then we see some power.
Russell Shell.
Cassius Sendish brought him down. It will be 3rd and short.
Well, he dropped the shoulder on Sendish, the strong safety. Got the better of that contact.
In Hopewell, Pennsylvania, Russell Shell put up mind-boggling numbers. The most prolific rusher in Pennsylvania high school history. Over 9,000 yards. Trickett play fakes. Trickett's throwing for the end zone. And incomplete for Kevin White. And another try, maybe stopping here on 3rd down, unless offense is staying out there right now.
Well, Kevin White's going to draw double coverage, and he does here. That's a perfect throw by Clint Trickett, and he knows it. Kevin White dropped one last week against Oklahoma that could have been a touchdown, similar situation. You got to catch the ball in traffic and finish these drives. Something that Dana Holgorsen has been preaching to Kevin White throughout the season.
As you see, already 2 makes today for Josh Lambert with 5:22 left in the first quarter. He'll attempt his 3rd field goal. And he's made them all. 9-0 after the field goal by Lambert, who came into today 7 out of 10 this year on field goals.
Well, look at Clint Bowen. I mean, here he is running with the defense off the field. This week, he was running, 80-yard wind sprints with the team. Said that we've got to do things different. Like we have to run from drill to drill. This is his resume. He's a Kansas guy. Played there, coached there in the good times, Mark. Coached there in some lean years. Was there with Mark Mangino when they went to the Orange Bowl and, rose to the number 5 team in the nation.
Was there with Glenn Mason.
And so when you look at what he is doing here, he's invited the alumni back. He's encouraging the history of Kansas to come back on campus and be a part of it. And little things, taking the cell phone out of players' hands at dinner so they can get to know their teammates and why they're going to be playing so hard for one another. These are some of the little things that Clint thinks that can turn into big things as they turn things around.
Kansas has been to 6 bowl games in the last 21 years, and Clint Bowen was either a player or on the coaching staff in 5 of those cases, and he was hanging around the program when they went to the Aloha Bowl in 1995. He wasn't officially on staff.
Yeah.
His next year was a graduate assistant. We talked to him before the game down on the field. It was funny. I said, your Wikipedia page says you're 44 years old, and he immediately cleared that up.
Yeah,
He goes,
yeah.
I'm 42.
Yeah,
You know.
Wikipedia doesn't have all the answers.
No, they don't.
We
They don't.
clarified that.
After the 43-yard field goal by Lambert, Molinari is kicking off. At the goal line, Corey Shepard. He stopped, he cuts, he's in big trouble. Oh, he's still on his feet, though, but that won't last long. The blue and gold surround him just shy of the 15-yard line. Let's go to the Fox College Football Studios now for a game break with Greg Wolf.
All right, guys, thanks. We check it in Fort Worth, Texas. Number 4, Oklahoma, down to number 25, TCU. But Trevor Knight goes up top to Sterling Shepard. Wide open, 75-yard touchdown. TCU would answer. They just added a touchdown. TCU leads at 21-14. Second quarter, guys.
Wow. Things in Fort Worth here. TCU up on Oklahoma, 20-14. Now Gary Patterson rebuilding that program again this year.
And here's a running play for Kansas on their first snap of the drive. DeAndre Mann carried the ball outside the 20, close to a first down. Drayvon Henry brought him down shy of the sticks. Gained 8, though. Mann has run the ball for more yards than anyone for Kansas this year. 295 yards on the ground for the junior from Miami.
A nice gain on first down, though.
And then on second down, they will convert on the inside handoff and run to the 25-yard line. Eric Kinsey brings down Corey Avery.
Well, you know, last year, Kansas broke their losing streak in the Big 12 by beating West Virginia. James Sims, the running back for Kansas, ran for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. That was their formula. In fact, Dana Holgorsen didn't have really good things to say about that game and what it made him feel like.
No, indeed he didn't. And they had a bye week to look at the film. We'll tell you about after this play here. After the second Kansas first down of the game, an option toss, and Avery is running on a ball that was snapped for the 25-yard line out just past the 30. So Dana Holgorsen said last week after the bye week, and as they started preparing for the Jayhawks, it was a miserable performance last year. I've been watching it for 2 straight days now, and it makes me want to puke.
Yeah, he doesn't mince his words.
No.
And then, of course, Clint Bowen said that he hopes he feels better here today.
Yeah, he hopes his stomach has settled down a little bit. It's been 20 plays on the first 3 snaps of the drive. Now make it 4 straight. Second down at 5. Only a short gain here for Avery. And once again, we see Eric Kinsey moved up into the defensive end rotation because Dontrell Hyman was a game-time decision, and we have not seen him play so far today, so I assume he's out.
I don't know how many yards are going to be there between the tackles. I almost feel like they got to get to the perimeter and make some people miss, like, in space. I don't know if the offensive line right now is good enough up front for Kansas to really open up holes in the middle.
The first 3 third downs for Kansas, the average distance was 13 yards needed. Now only 4, but a bad snap blows up the play. And then Wes Tonkery is able to chase him down for a sack. K.J. Dillon applying pressure as well.
Well, Keon Hofton, the center, just, you know, that's a bad snap. And so it means that Kozar's got to take his eyes off the ball. Meanwhile, Tonkery is just screaming off the edge. Play never had a chance. Watch where this ball goes. I mean, Kozar right there is just trying to stop it from going past him where it's just a live ball. So that happened a bunch against Duke in a game where they were really never in the game from the beginning, in large part because of the bad snaps.
They lost 15 on that sack by Wes Tonkery. He's moved into a starting linebacker role this year. And again, another punt that is not good for Trevor Pardula. He averaged 31 yards on his first 2 punts. There is a marker down here with 1:58 left in the first quarter. Let's flash back to that game last year when Kansas ended a 27-game Big 12 losing streak.
And there's James Sims, 213 yards, 3 touchdowns, a number of big runs like this. course, West Virginia is a completely different team. The celebration on the campus of Kansas, Charlie got a little bad. The goalpost came down. They broke the Big 12 losing streak that they had endured.
It was one of only 6 wins in 28 games, while Charlie Weiss was at the helm for the Jayhawks. There was a penalty on West Virginia. Offside. So Trevor Pardula will have another go. They get some pressure on Pardula, and by far, not even close, that was his best kick today. Jordan Thompson has a chance to return it, but he's cut down on special teams by Tevin Shaw. They're at the 25-yard line.
Well, one of the things that Clint Bowen did is he changed special team coaches. Louis Matsakis is the new coach, and they just thought by elevating him, was a kicker himself, been a coach at a lot of different levels, Youngstown State, and wanted a new energy and a new way of doing things. And they just thought that promotion for Matsakis would make a difference, and they got good coverage that time on Pardula's kick.
And now they'll take over at the 25-yard line with a running play for Wendell Smallwood. Smallwood's from Wilmington, Delaware. He is a sophomore. Dexter McDonald brought him down after a 6-yard carry. And now the referee, Alan Eck.
Injury timeout.
As you heard, an injury timeout. The player coming off the field is Dexter McDonald. And while we have a moment, let's get a report from Leslie McCaslin. Leslie?
Well, Mark, this is the 9th different position that Clint Bowen has had on the KU coaching staff, but he's never had to be defensive coordinator and head coach. And he's been meeting with the defense every time they're on the sideline, in there drawing plays. Sometimes when the offense is already out on the field, it's going to be interesting to see how he juggles it all. He has a lot on his plate now.
Indeed he does. I think he's up for the challenge, though. Russell Shell breaking out into the open field of the second down run. Tiptoes down the sideline. Marker down to the end of the run, too.
Picked up a number of good blocks, one of them by Mario Alford, the wide receiver. Of course, in this spread offense, receivers got to block just as much as they do receive the ball. It's like this one's going to come back against the Mountaineers.
Yeah, they'd run it for 19 yards. Russell Shell had a big opening, but right at the end of the play, the penalty marker came down.
Holding. Number 5, offense. 10-yard penalty from spot of foul. After administering the penalty, the ball will still be on the line of game. It's 1st and 10.
Well, Mario Alford was blocking Ja'Cory Shepard, the corner, on the play. Let's take a look here. One of the reasons why, well, yeah, he's grabbing the jersey. He's got the shoulder pad. I mean, that's the right call. Receivers can be like offensive linemen sometimes. They just get those meat hooks on guys, and you do that in the open field, they're going to call it.
That's the 3rd penalty today for West Virginia. But they still picked up the 1st down, and now a long throw, and that is down to Kevin White, and they won't catch him this time. Kevin White, touchdown, West Virginia.
Well, they have been trying to get the ball down the field to Kevin White all day. This one they convert. Dana Holgerson has been telling him, look, you got to finish these catches in the end zone. And really, Matt Boateng here was never going to catch him. Great speed, good size, and another tremendous throw by Clint Trickett.
We used the phrase earlier. If you were wondering what we were talking about, that is dropping it in the bucket.
Yes. It just out of the sky here in the mountain air of Morgantown, West Virginia. My mom always liked the big deep bomb, and that was the bomb right there.
And you could see the big grin for Kevin White on the sideline. Here's one more look at the 63-yard touchdown pass. Trickett to Kevin White.
Well, there's no safety close to the picture right here, and for the 10th touchdown pass of the season for Clint Trickett, a good season is just getting better right now.
A season that they hope is a really nice bounce back, by the way, from last year, Baldy, when they went 4-8 and ended a streak of 11 straight years going to a bowl game.
And, you know, Leslie McCaslin said early in the game that Clint Trickett is a big part of this Kevin White turnaround and the success. Working with them, you know, getting on the same page, understanding where he wants, what he expects from him. And I don't know that you're going to get the smile off Kevin White's face this season. I mean, this is one of those magical years that's just breaking out of nowhere.
He's caught 3 passes today for 127 yards. How about that? 30, 34, and 63, I believe, have been the 3 catches today for Kevin White. They had to hold it because the wind blew the ball off the tee earlier before kickoff. Molinari booted it to Shepard, who had a lane to run, and the runback takes him out beyond the 30 to near the 35-yard line. Jeremy Tyler on special teams with the tackle. Just 29 seconds left in the first quarter for Kansas. Down 16-0.
Now think about this. Now, last week, West Virginia was off after the loss 2 weeks ago to Oklahoma. Kansas played Texas, was shut out last Saturday. Coaching change on Sunday. And here they are traveling yesterday in a very short week and trying to get ready to play against a talented West Virginia team. The scheduling makers weren't doing Kansas any favor this week.
This is a great field position, but it's the best that Kansas has had today. They're on 34. And nowhere to go. As you see all the gold jerseys, Christian Brown was the first of many to get to Corey Avery.
Well, eventually Montel Cozart has to show that he can throw the ball in college football and throw it accurately against man coverage. And that's what they're faced here, you know, down 16-0 at the end of this first quarter.
3 field goals by Josh Lambert, 42, 25, and 43 yards. And then in the final minute of the first quarter, Clint Trickett and Kevin White hook up on a 63-yard bomb. Been a good day so far for the West Virginia Mountaineers as they entertain the homecoming crowd here in Morgantown. Kansas and West Virginia. The Mountaineers up 16-0 on Fox College Football. The second quarter about to start here at Milan Pushkar Stadium in Morgantown, West Virginia. West Virginia 16-0 lead here on Fox College Football. The Mountaineers dominate the first quarter. 224 is the advantage in total yards. For West Virginia this season, they're 11th in the nation, averaging 552 yards of offense per game.
Montel Cozart with 1 completion for 4 yards in that first quarter. Can't keep pace with this high-powered West Virginia offense like that.
Only 2 first downs so far for Kansas. Avery ran the ball for a couple of yards. Now Cozart rolls out down the sideline, intercepted. No, he's out of bounds. Out of bounds.
Trying to go to Nick Harwell, and he was late. And on the rollout, everybody from West Virginia was coming over there.
And Trayvon Henry nearly picked it.
Yeah, I mean, that left foot stepped out of bounds. Maybe it could be reviewed. It looked like it was a good catch. And it is going to get reviewed. Yeah, of course.
Previous play ruling of an incomplete pass is under further review.
Only 3 interceptions in the first 4 games for West Virginia. They're trying to get more splash plays. Just a sprint right option right here. Never saw the safety coming over. That's clean. Left foot does step out of bounds, though. I don't know if a foot is down when he catches. Yeah, it looks like maybe that left foot is down as he catches the ball.
Did he have possession, though? Was there a bobble? Did you see a bobble, Brian?
I don't know how clean it is with that picture. One good thing about college football, everything is decided upstairs. These reviews happen more quickly than the NFL.
The replay official who is looking at the play today, by the way, is Jack McDonald. Alan Eck is the referee on the field.
Well, what you mentioned is what they're looking at. Did he have possession with that left foot on the ground? Of course, indisputable evidence where it can't be a bobble. It's got to be a clean catch. Probably looking at it a number of times right now.
If it stands, it would be the first interception, or if it's overturned, I should say, it would be the first interception for Trayvon Henry, a freshman from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania.
True. Aliquippa, huh?
Good football there.
Well, I mean, you know, from Mike Ditka to Tony Dorsett to Ty Law, I mean, they just roll off the tongue of the history of some great college and NFL players.
Perhaps Henry will have his first interception, or we'll be looking at Kansas with a 3rd down and 7 snap from their own 37.
This is a long review for college football. And I think they're looking at, like we mentioned here, Mark, a lot of those factors into whether this is a catch or not.
Clint Bowen looks concerned. Dana Holgerson looked like, what's taking so long? It looked like an interception to me. Again, it would be only the 4th turnover forced by West Virginia's defense this year, all interceptions.
All right,
the defense forced 28 turnovers last year. Let's see what we have.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The defensive back did not have first control of the ball when he went out of bounds. Incomplete pass. It's 3rd down.
You saw the bobble, Mark.
Yeah,
you
not
saw
much of
up
one.
Here.
No.
Yeah, but not a firm catch here as Henry brings his ball into his body, left foot on the ground, and ball was moving before it hit the ground. It's a pretty good call.
You could see him have to reposition it one time. They're falling out of bounds. Look at those fans getting into it, trying to provide some support for the defense with some noise. Kansas has only converted 1 time today on 3rd down. Kozart will run on 3rd and 7, and he won't run far. Kwiatkowski with the tackle.
What a day for Kwiatkowski already. I mean, he's basically just shadowing Kozart on the play, just in his own drop, and his eyes are just on the quarterback, and 8 guys dropping, 16 eyes on Kozart. That is just not enough running room for him.
The best 2 players on the field defensively today for West Virginia, Kwiatkowski and Tom Reed.
I agree.
The linebackers.
Yeah, the linebackers they got depth at that position, and they have been shutting down the run, and there's just nowhere to throw it for Kozart right now.
Trevor Pardula. Last punt was 55 yards. Oh, a high snap. Good thing he's 6'5". Fair catch. Made by Jordan Thompson at the 27. 14:02 remaining in the first half. We have seen Clint Trickett and Kevin White hook up for 3 long pass plays today, including a 63-yard touchdown on the last drive. West Virginia with the ball and up 16-zip. The highlights from this one have been all provided by the West Virginia offense primarily. Defense has done some things too, some sacks and tackles for loss. But Clint Trickett stands in the pocket and will throw it out right to Alford. Mario Alford racing down the sideline. 1st down and more. You saw him break the tackle and then have to step out of bounds near midfield.
Yeah, and Alford came on a fly sweep, and nobody from Kansas went with him. And so when he went to the other side of the field, it just cleared out. Trickett had an easy throw and nobody covering the 2nd best receiver on West Virginia's offense.
Down to the Kansas 48 for 29 yards.
Nobody down there.
Now Wendell Smallwood.
Wendell Smallwood
inside the 45, thrown down by T.J. Simke. 6 yards picked up for Smallwood.
They don't give you much time to think about what the defensive call is as they line up and play awfully fast.
All day to throw this thing. And Trickett goes for the end zone, and you see that Da'Keil Shorts just got run over. Marker is down with 13-12 left in the second.
I said this offense is a down-the-field throw-it, bombs-away offense.
Number 9, defense. 15-yard penalty. 1st down.
That was Fish Smithson, the safety sophomore from Baltimore.
Yeah, the ball's a little bit underthrown, but you can see that Smithson right there is blind. Runs right into the back of Shorts. That's the price you pay for man cover sometimes, turning you back to the ball.
That's 2 pass interference calls today against Kansas now.
2 first downs because of the interference.
Moves the ball to the Jayhawks 27. Russell Shell. Simke and Reynolds string the play out. Good work by those two. You saw Tadarian Johnson lurking around the play as well, but Michael Reynolds has the tackle.
Well, Reynolds is the buck linebacker. Just stand up right here. He's in good position. His eyes in the right place. I think that's the first negative play that Kansas defense has been able to provide here today.
You are correct. Michael Reynolds has 4.5 tackles for loss this year. Reynolds is from Wichita, Kansas, a senior. That's 5 there. Second down and 15. Reynolds got blocked as Trickett rolls, and he throws, caught, but behind the line of scrimmage. Down goes Wendell Smallwood at the hands of Ben Heaney.
First time we've called Ben Heaney's name today. The two-time captain, the leader of this defense. And sometimes when you're just spreading a team out, playing as fast as West Virginia does, and throws the ball down the field like they do, it nullifies the effectiveness of your middle linebacker.
Ben Heaney, 200 tackles the last 2 years, a two-time All-Big 12 second-team selection. Rolling and quickly throwing to the keel shorts, and a big hit by Shepard.
Now that was a good defensive series after the interference. I mean, that time Ben Heaney adjusts right there. Good hit by Shepard, who's had a good game here so far today. We'll force a long field goal attempt here for Lambert.
47 yards is the attempt. He's hit from 54 this year, so he obviously has the leg. We've seen him connect today already from 42, 43, and 25. That was blocked and picked up by Kansas at the 35-yard line on the return, out of bounds. And then Isaiah Johnson nearly lost it again. But a blocked field goal by the Kansas Jayhawks.
And one of the changes that Clint Bowen made was changing the special teams coordinator, Louis Matsakis, and that's an example right there. Big play here, something that you can see them all packed in right now. They come right over here from the outside and in the inside as well. Good penetration. The first big play that Kansas has made has been on special teams.
Was it T.J. Simke on the inside, I believe?
Yeah, Simke.
Yeah, it's Simke.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Got his left hand on it.
A low kick, though. I don't think that was so much Kansas as it was really Lambert not getting that ball up.
A little bit of a return by Isaiah Johnson brought the ball out to the 46. And Montel Cozart and the Jayhawk offense will start there, running option, turning it in and paying the price. Boy, did he get hammered.
That's Joseph.
By Carl Joseph.
He will smack you. And look, if you're going to put Cozart in a position here to run read option, you're going to have to take these kind of hits. I mean, he just buckles. Let's hope that Cozart gets up okay. Made it like almost Gumby to come up back from that hit. But I love the way that Carl Joseph plays, and everything he does, he competes at. Is changing Michael Cummings, the new quarterback here, trying to get a change here for Kansas offense.
Junior from Killeen, Texas. Michael Cummings is into the game. And he'll run option on 2nd and 10 and make the pitch to Corey Avery. And then Corey Avery has stood up along the sideline. Carl Joseph was there again.
I don't know if Cozart got hurt on that hit by Joseph, but Cummings in to replace him, running the exact same play that Cozart just got leveled on.
He ran that for 6 yards. Cummings has some experience. Today is his 17th game in which he's played at Kansas.
Yep.
Has thrown 100 passes, 4 touchdowns. They're down in 4 as he runs the ball and won't get there. Not even close.
I mean, you can run these read options and quarterback sweeps, but college football, you have to throw the ball, you know, in order to move it. You can't consistently run the ball like this. Now, they're probably in 4-down territory here. Cummings' helmet is off, so he's got to go off the field, but you can make all the coaching changes and elevate Clint Bowen, but until you can throw the football with some kind of alacrity, the offense is just going to struggle. And right now, they're in their 6th straight quarter of not scoring a point, being shut out by Texas a week ago.
The last time that Kansas scored was with 2:07 remaining in the game against Central Michigan. when they beat the Chippewas 24-10. They scored 2 touchdowns in that fourth quarter.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Well, if Pardula is on his game, then that will just give him a little bit more room to operate. But Pardula has not punted the ball terribly well today, given his lofty standards. We're talking about a very good punter here that's on the Ray Guy Award watch list for the best punter in the nation, honoring the now NFL Pro Football Hall of Famer as of this summer.
First punter ever to be inducted into Canton's hallowed hall.
Thompson lets it roll. And it will be a touchback. 9:04 remaining in the second quarter. West Virginia at home leads 16-0. Mountaineer fans are fired up. At home, West Virginia leads Kansas 16-0. The sun breaking through the clouds on a cool, brisk October afternoon. Dana Holgorsen is the head coach, of course, for West Virginia. His time here at West Virginia has seen the Mountaineers go 23-19. Look at the quarterbacks he has coached in his stops along the way.
There's no question. I mean, he knows how to develop a quarterback. He understands the system here. Smith, Whedon, Keenum, of course, all in the NFL. Graham Harrell spent time with the Green Bay Packers. Success at Houston, Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, and now a great deal of success here.
Clint Trickett has a lot of time. Rolling, directing traffic, throws back across. Dustin Garrison was the intended receiver. There's a marker down as the pass for Garrison is incomplete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 95, defense.
Ouch.
15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Andrew Bolton, junior defensive lineman.
Well, he gets 2 steps, and then that used to be legal in all levels of football, but not anymore as they try to protect the quarterbacks. And, you know, one thing about Trickett here just going forward and today is he tries to make every single play. And his offensive coordinator, Shannon Dawson, said sometimes you have to know when the journey is over. Just give up on the play, protect yourself, throw the ball out of bounds.
Trickett is 7 of 13 today. Here's Dustin Garrison running the ball. Dustin Garrison is a junior, from Pearland, Texas. Ben Haney tackled him.
Yeah, and Shannon Dawson, well, he'll run 4 or 5 different running backs out there, find out and look to see who can get hot carrying the football.
Well, Garrison's getting his opportunity now. Garrison actually was the leading rusher for West Virginia in 2011. Andrew Bowie, who's one of those running backs who will get the chance, was the leading rusher for the team in 2012. It was Charles Sims who came in and transferred, who led the Mountaineers in rushing last year. And now Russell Shell is the leading ground gainer so far this season. Trickett on 3rd and 5, quickly throwing. It's caught by K.J. Myers, the first catch this year for the junior from Jacksonville, but short of the 1st down. Thanks to the coverage and tackle of Cassius Sindish.
Good coverage, tackling the catch right there. Showing a lot of man coverage right now, just seeing who can win quickly. That was a good stop by Kansas. It's 2 stops in a row for this defense.
And for the first time today, Nick O'Toole, a junior from Corona, California, has to punt.
Defense finding a little bit of a rhythm here for the Jayhawks.
It's the 14th punt this year for Nick O'Toole. Fair catch made at the 11-yard line by Nick Harwell. The Kansas offense will take the field, trying to get a jump start from one big play option they do have, Tony Pearson. We'll see if they can get him as more of a part of the offense when we return, coming up next. West Virginia leads Kansas, and we get more now from Leslie McCaslin. Leslie?
Well, Mark, this West Virginia defense has only allowed 6 points in all of their first quarters combined, but 58 points in the second quarter. It was a topic of discussion for the defensive coaching staff this week. They're trying to figure out what is going on. Was it play calling? Is it the fact that the offense gets rolling and the defense lets up, or just that they get tired? They're not sure, but they're going to watch it closely here today and probably in some of the games to come.
After what transpired today in the first quarter, Leslie, the advantage in the first quarter for West Virginia this season is now 50 to 6. There's a throw over the middle, caught at the 30-yard line. A pass completed as they hook up with Nigel King. Transfer from Maryland, Montel Cozart with his second completion. That one goes for 30, Baldy.
Yeah, but this was a good throw. I mean, he stuck it in there, had a tight spiral, hit him in stride, and that's where they really have to attack. I mean, a little bit more down the field. Only the second completion here, halfway through the second quarter.
Nigel King got his degree after playing for a couple of years in Maryland, and now has 2 years of eligibility at Kansas. Here is Cozart with some indecision. He ends up keeping rather than pitching to Corey Avery on first down.
Cozart keeps keeping it like this. He's going to be sore tomorrow. He's taking this West Virginia defense isn't big, but they're fast, and they have a lot of good hitters on them. We've seen those linebackers right there all day long, just smacking the running game here at Kansas.
And the safeties like Carl Joseph. Cozart came out of the game for a couple of plays after he got drilled by Carl Joseph on a run earlier in the quarter. Now Cozart hit as he throws, and it sails over the head of King, who just caught the 30-yard pass a minute ago.
Yeah, but that time he was hit just as he released it and affected the throw. It made the ball sail. West Virginia doesn't have a great pass rusher. Nothing like they had a couple years ago when they had Bruce Irvin, but they can create pass rush with the amount of speed they have at linebacker.
Brandon Golson leading the sacks 1.5 this season coming into the game. The Jayhawks are 1 of 6 on third down. They've had a lot of third and longs, as they do here. And Clint Bowen called a timeout.
Timeout. Kansas.
6:11 remaining in the second quarter here in Morgantown. The Mountaineers lead 16-0 on Fox College Football. Fox College Football is brought to you by Quicken Loans for a mortgage experience that's engineered to amaze. And by Whataburger, get your day started at Whataburger with the new jalapeno cheddar biscuit. A lot of blue, a lot of gold. 6:11 left in the second quarter. West Virginia at home leading Kansas 16-0. Clint Bowen, the new head coach for Kansas, just called a timeout before they had a 3rd and 9 snap. Let's see what they do here.
There's too much looking over to the sideline to readjust the play after they get set.
At their own 47, batted down. Cozart's pass. Shaq Pettaway with the hands.
Well, West Virginia's doing a good job of disguising their blitz. They're showing a 3-man rush, and then at the snap, they're getting a bunch of guys coming from the secondary like that right in the passing lane, basically just covering up the passing lane for Cozart to throw the ball to. So they converted their first 3rd down in the game, and now they have made them miss right there. The help of Tony Gibson, 7 straight 3rd down.
Fitting to see a guy like Shaq jump up and block the pass. Ardula's averaging 41 yards a kick today, and that one is another one that is just not up to his normal lofty standards. Today, Clint Trickett and Kevin White have been the dynamic duo for this West Virginia offense. Trickett's thrown for 165 and a touchdown, and that TD was to White. 3 grabs, 127, Brian.
Well, he's the difference right now. Now, they have slowed him down in the last 2 series, but at any given play, this team will go max protection, always trying to protect Trickett first and take a deep shot.
From the 40, and a running play here for West Virginia for Russell Shell. In good field position for the Mountaineers after the very short punt.
Think about Shell now. I mean, he's their leading rusher, averaging 4 yards a carry, but that's going up against Oklahoma and Alabama in 2 of the first 4 games. 2 of the best defenses and most physical defenses in the entire college landscape.
The punt was only 17 yards, so that's why the great field position for West Virginia. Shell quickly broke off an 8-yard run. And another run for Russell Shell, and you saw him elude a tackle at the line of scrimmage and then gallop down to the 44-yard line. Back-to-back 8-yard runs.
And just inside handoffs. Not an option to it because they don't want Trickett running the ball if he doesn't have to.
9 carries, 52 yards for Russell Shell today. On his 10th carry, yep. Same play, different result. He had 8 on 2 straight plays, and that'll be 3 yards.
You know, this offensive line, we haven't neglected talking about them, but it's the same 5 linemen had lined up 5 weeks in a row. I really like the left tackle, Adam Pankey, but that group right now really building some continuity as they're starting to win the line of scrimmage here with these inside runs.
Talk more about that here after this play. This is going to be the first pass of the drive. And Trey's got some time. He's rolling. He's looking. He's throwing back across the field. And at the 19-yard line, going down to catch it, Da'Keil Shorts.
Yeah, you know, as much as Shannon Dawson, the offensive coordinator, wants Trickett to know when the journey's over, he's not getting that message. He's trying to make every single throw, and somehow he saw Shorts all the way across the field.
Clint Trickett's thinking about the destination, not the journey.
No, the destination's the end zone.
And they're 19 yards away from it.
Maybe a review on that.
The previous play ruling of a completed pass is under further review.
We'll see if Shorts was able to get both hands underneath that ball.
22 yards is what they gained on the play if it stands.
All right. Goalpost is in the way. A little obstructed view there. Let's check out this angle. Oh yeah.
There we go.
See that ball? I think the officials will be able to see that. I think that play is going to come back.
While they're looking at the review, so you were talking about the offensive line and really liking the left tackle Adam Pankey, who is a sophomore from Hamilton, Ohio. The interesting thing about that, he has the least experience in terms of starts on their offensive line. Only 4 starts for Pankey. Quentin Spain is the most experienced offensive lineman, 30 starts at both guard spots. He's their left guard now, has also started in the past at left tackle. Spain is from Petersburg, Virginia, goes 6'5", 332 pounds, number 67.
Yeah, and Orlowski was the starting center a year ago, lost a job, was upset about it, and came back this year and won it, so he anchors them in the middle at center.
Mark Lewinsky, you see him, number 64, from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, as the right guard. And Marquise Lucas is at right tackle, a junior from Miami. All of them 300-plus pounds. 301, Tyler Orlowski, sophomore from Cleveland, the lightest, and I use that term.
Yeah, well, you know,
by definition, that would be right.
Well, I mean, I always think that life begins at 300. Everybody should have that luxury of feeling what that's like to be 300 pounds and not fitting into your clothes and being able to eat late at night and for crying out loud, being able to eat like real carbs.
Yeah, to be able to have pepperoni rolls.
Pepperoni rolls, so one of the local favorites here. Just thinking, I mean, Orlowski loves that. How about that offensive line? Glowinski, Orlowski. I mean, that sounds like an offensive line right there.
Quentin Spain, 67. He's had NFL scouts looking at his direction this year. 6'5", 332 at left guard.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the 30th start here for him. I mean, experienced player up front. And all right, we get a ruling.
After further review, the receiver did not maintain firm control of the ball when he went to the ground. Incomplete pass. It's 3rd down and 7 at the Kansas 41-yard line. We're going to reset the game clock to 4:29.
Well, this is the replay of the angle that they see here. Da'Keil Shorts, that ball is trapped underneath there, and you're going to see it come loose right about right now. And all you got to see is that angle of it. So it comes back and forces this 3rd and long for West Virginia.
They're on the wrong end of the field.
Yeah.
It was the 41. It looked like they were about to spot it at the West Virginia 41, but it needs to be at the Jayhawks 41.
Well, Kansas has stopped them 2 series in a row. They get them into this 3rd down here. Ben Heaney trying to counter what West Virginia's putting on the field. This is way too long of an interruption here on that review and the spot and getting this thing started.
Where they have it right now is correct. The spot is right. It's 3rd and 7. West Virginia is 1 for 6 today on 3rd down.
Mountaineers. Ball on the Kansas 41-yard line.
Now they're ready to snap it. With 4:29, they reset the game clock, as you heard. The referee, Alan Eck, instruct the clock operator to do. Trickett looked right, then threw back left, running across the field. Oh, look at that speed from Mario Alford. Racing down the sideline, and then horse collar down shy of the goal line.
And that's the only thing that stopped him from getting into the end zone, because that was a blur of a little wide receiver hit screen. And they caught Kansas with both inside linebackers on a stunt.
Personal foul. First collar tackle, number 5, defense. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. First down.
Isaiah Johnson on the penalty.
Well, here it is. I mean, coming across both inside linebackers on a blitz, and now the race is on. And that is real speed. Anytime the ball carrier gets pulled backwards like that, they're going to throw the flag for the horse foul.
First and goal, running right, Russell Shell, just barely over the goal line. Touchdown, West Virginia.
This offense can explode on one play, and they just did, setting up that Shell 1-yard touchdown run. But they can pound you, they can throw deep on you, they can throw short and get a lot of yards after the catch. And nice job by that offensive line that we just spent a little time talking about, opening up that hole for Russell Shell.
Dexter McDonald tried to keep him out of the end zone.
Yep. Pretty good form tackle, too. I don't know that ball ever crossed the goal line, to be honest with you. Oh, yeah, there it is, right there. Yeah. Got knocked backwards, but all that ball has to do is cross the plane, and that showed it pretty well.
All scoring plays are reviewed, and my assumption is that that's probably why we're still waiting to kick this extra point.
Dana's already taken the headset off. He feels like Shell crossed the line of scrimmage, and come on. Anything that slows Dana Holgorsen down, anything. You know, whether it's a speed bump on the road or an official taking too much time to look at the replay, it annoys him.
Josh Lambert makes it 23-0.
Well, let's take a look at the big play by Mario Alford coming across the formation and why it was open. You're going to see both inside linebackers are crossing, and so it opened up the middle of the field here. There's nobody there. Now he's just trying to get to as much green space as he can. Kevin White giving a good job of blocking for his play, and now Russell Shell finishes that quick drive. 2 hands on the ball, protecting the ball. I think Shell transferring from Pitt, playing right up the road about 80 miles from here. He's enjoying his time here at West Virginia.
Absolutely. Got his 4th touchdown of the season today. Well, I think about a guy like Mario Alford. How many guys would be the leading receiver on their team if they had 30 catches through 4.5 games? But that puts him second, and a distant second because of Kevin White.
Well, this is the best receiving core they've had since they had Tavon Austin and Stedman Bailey a couple of years ago by far. And another good receiving tandem for a Dana Holgorsen team.
The kick rolled and was picked up by Shepard at the 6. Shepard a return, still on his feet, now out of bounds at the 25. Right now we go to the Fox College Football Studio for a game break with Greg Wolf.
All right, thanks. We go to Oxford, Mississippi. The last time Ole Miss beat Alabama, Eli Manning was under center. Here's Cyrus Jones. The apparent face mask on Itavius Mathers. Refs missed it. Number 3 Alabama leads number 11 Ole Miss 14-3 at the half. Mark, Brian, back to you.
Well, it's been quite a day for football in the state of Mississippi.
There's no question. Oxford to Starkville, about 90 miles away. Mississippi State took care of business against the Aggies earlier this afternoon.
They won 38-21, Brian, at the 25-yard line, and a quick pass in the left flat to Nick Harwell, who is tripped up, ran out to the 30-yard line. Trayvon Henry with the tackle.
Just the 3rd completion of the day for Cozart, and you'd expect more of those type of plays just to get him some completions here, get some confidence in the quarterback making his 5th start this year.
4 yards officially on the pass to Nick Harwell. Put up some great numbers in 3 seasons playing at Miami of Ohio. Hand off here to Corey Avery, and then Avery down. There's Kwiatkowski in on another tackle just shy of the 35.
There's been a dominant performance by this West Virginia defense, and they have played well all year. I mean, a shutout against Towson, kept the score down against Alabama and Oklahoma.
3rd and short. Avery's running. He did have forward progress outside the 35, it would appear.
Did anybody not get in on that tackle? I saw K.J. Dillon literally jump on top of the entire pile. He's having some fun. Watch Dillon come flying. It's like Superman there. Look at that. You can tell, like, that's some gang tackling right there when you're thinking the only way you can get to the ball carrier is by leapfrogging the whole pile.
Now Joe Deneen, who's run it 11 times this year. He's a freshman running back from Lawrence. He's in the backfield with Cozart. Timeout call.
Timeout. Kansas. It's their 2nd charge of the half. 30 seconds in length.
2:41 left in the 2nd quarter. 23-0 West Virginia. Let's talk Heisman Trophy candidates that we are at. For some teams, Game 5, others Game 6 of the season this
obviously,
weekend.
Oregon was shocked on Thursday night by Arizona, so we'll see. And Jameis Winston playing later today. Kenny Hill, obviously with A&M losing the way Oregon lost, maybe they fall out of the race. But anybody that's watched Todd Gurley and Amir Abdullah run the ball, don't think for a second that one of those 2 running backs can't claim that coveted prize by the time we get towards the end of the season. Todd Gurley, as talented runners I've seen in recent years in college football, and Amir Abdullah here for Nebraska, they've got a big game tonight against Michigan State. He puts up numbers against Michigan State. He's going to be talked about a lot more.
A guy on offense for Kansas who we have not had a chance to talk about today is their tight end Jermaine Mundine. Mundine has 10 catches this year. He's lined up on the right side of the line of scrimmage as the tight end. 1st down, handoff, running Corey Avery outside the 40-yard line. You know, if West Virginia is able to get a stop here on defense, they don't need much time to score. Their 2 touchdown drives today. They've made it 10 straight drives, Brian, touchdown drives of less than 2 minutes and 35 seconds.
Wow. I mean, you know, they do things in a hurry. I do think Kansas has got to take a shot down the field here and try to get some kind of momentum here before this half.
Pass to the sideline. Pearson can't escape.
What?
With K.J. Dillon and Terrell Chestnut bringing him down.
Yeah, as soon as that ball leaves the quarterback's hands, I mean, there are 11 gold jerseys running to the ball.
They stop Pearson after a pass play of 4 yards. 3rd down and 2.
You got man coverage down here at the bottom. There's no reason why you wouldn't want to try to take a shot here.
It's a handoff, and Avery's hit in the backfield. Tried to spin away, but could not.
That Kwiatkowski again?
Yep, Kwiatkowski.
A number of tackles by him, just controlling the middle of the field and form tackling. Look at that, both hands wrapped around Avery there. Solo tackle.
Timeout. West Virginia. Their 1st charge of the half. 30 seconds in length.
4th down, 1.5 yards is what is needed for Kansas. Coming up at halftime, Rob Stone, Joel Klatt, and Dave Wanstead are in the studio looking ahead to some of the big games later on. Arizona State and USC. Also, Michigan State and Nebraska. Baldy just mentioned that game looming tonight and what it could mean for Amir Abdullah for the Cornhuskers. And then LSU ranked number 15 against number 5 Auburn.
Yeah. Last year, Auburn's only defeat was at the hands of the Tigers in that magical season. Gus Malzahn, the year that they had. Kansas going to punt formation here on 4th and short. West Virginia just put their punt return team out there.
You see Jordan Thompson dashing out onto the field to get back to return. This Trevor Pardula punt. Thompson and into the end zone. Now that is the kind of punt we expect to see out of Pardula. Just got a little bit too much of it. Ends up being a booming 55-yard punt. Touchback will put West Virginia at 20.
It's also my biggest pet peeve in all of football. Punting the ball into the end zone, to me, if I'm the special teams coach right there, I'm like, look, that's not doing us any favors. This offense can explode. You put them inside the 20, a lot less chance that they can take the ball down and score before the end of this half.
Well, we noted how quickly they've been scoring lately. Their last 10 touchdown drives, 2:35 or less. That includes 2 touchdown drives today that have been 1 minute and 10 seconds and 1 minute and 50 seconds. They have 1 minute when the drive starts. They hand the ball off here. We see Wendell Smallwood run it on first down for 7 when Isaiah Johnson tackles him.
Well, when these offenses that run at warp speed, there is no 2-minute drill. It is just the face of their offense doing this.
Bullet over the middle. Trickett sticks that throw and running out of bounds is Jordan Thompson.
A nice contribution by Thompson today. Came in with just 12 catches in the first 4 games, but he's been a big part of this.
Florida, a very fertile recruiting ground for West Virginia, but they have players from Texas like Jordan Thompson from Katy.
Powerhouse.
Ran out of bounds at the 47. Now Wendell Smallwood. And jumping on the back to make the tackle was Michael Reynolds.
They do not use a timeout. They have 2 in their pocket here.
Just a gain of 3 there. 20 seconds left in the half. Trickett taking a shot. Down the field and broken up by McDonald. Looking for his favorite target, of course, Kevin White, and slapped away by McDonald, Dexter McDonald.
Yeah, good coverage by McDonald on the play. You can see it's straight man coverage. Good job of looking back for the ball right here. Thought Kevin White could have adjusted a little bit better, but really McDonald didn't allow him to do that. 11 seconds left here. 2 timeouts. You can still throw the ball in the middle of the field and burn a timeout.
And Lambert has hit this year from 54 yards. They're running it, and Tremas Smith, the first chance to run today. Oh, ran out of a tackle. Wow. Stiff arms out of bounds. They've got Lambert in position, if they choose to try about a 54-yarder.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. Lambert won the game a couple weeks ago against Maryland with the 47-yarder as time ran out. So he's going to get a chance here from about 53 yards to end this half.
He made, while in high school for the Garland Owls just outside of Dallas, he made 3 field goals over 50 yards, and as noted, 54 is his season long here in 2014, and this is from 53. Has had 1 block today and has made 3. Trying to get it there, and he does. What an end to the half for Josh Lambert and West Virginia. Another look at the kick.
Way to bend it in there.
Tremas Smith had that nice run to set it up, and it makes it 26-0 West Virginia. Here's Leslie with Dana Holgerson.
Well, Coach, you said after a couple of big matchups, your team would be ready to play. What do you like about their focus?
Well, I liked how he came out on all 3 sides of the ball and was executing good. You know, there were some lulls in there, but for the overall, our energy was good. The excitement level was pretty good. We were playing good on all 3 sides.
Anything you need your team to do better in the second half?
Well, you know, a week ago we went into, or 2 weeks ago we went into the halftime 24-24, and we came out. We didn't play very well in the second half. So I say, regardless of how we play in the first half, we need to finish 4 quarters. So we're going to have to come out and play better.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
And thank you, Leslie. Dana Holgerson, the head coach of the West Virginia Mountaineers. He sees his team boot 4 field goals in the first half, and a couple of long passes. 1 went into the end zone to Kevin White, another one to Mario Alford. Set up Russell Shell for a short touchdown run, as you see right here. West Virginia 26, Kansas nothing. Halftime of Fox College Football. Great atmosphere today in Morgantown, and it's been all West Virginia on the field. The Mountaineers lead Kansas 26-0. This is Fox College Football. I'm Mark Followell, joined by Brian Baldinger. We do appreciate you tuning in today. And Brian, all West Virginia, they wanted to get revenge for what happened last year at Lawrence, and so far so good.
Well, it's been good revenge. I mean, but they're a complete team. I mean, they're a very good defensive team. We've seen that. They just shut Kansas down completely. But offensively, I mean, they are a juggernaut. They can score quickly. They can score in a variety of ways. And really, Clint Trickett is the key to the passing game right here. This little wide receiver jet screen to Kevin White. They can explode on you at any time. The deep ball to Kevin White right here. Just take it right away from the defender. They're going to stretch you vertically, horizontally. They're just executing really well right now. That man, Trickett, one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but defensively, I think they're an underrated team. They're showing their speed today, their scheme. They're not allowing Kansas to run the ball, to get outside. Montel Coachart got bent back right there. Really a dominant defensive performance here, and the statistics bear it out right now.
Those statistics brought to you by the Principal Financial Edge, and 343 to 84 is a very big edge in total yards and 15-4 in first downs.
Yeah, what you don't see there is that Kansas has been forced to punt 7 times, 4 first downs. That gives you a little idea about how dominant they have been.
Indeed they have been, Brian, and right now let's check in with Leslie McCaslin. He talked to Clint Bowen.
Well, Coach, how do you get your offense going in the second half? Any changes you guys make?
Yeah, there will be. Obvious right off the first play, the offense out there, the changes we'll make. You'll see those. You know, the big thing we talked about, we came here to play 4 quarters. We got to stay together as a team, keep working, keep plugging away, one play at a time, stay competitive through this whole game, play hard, and finish this thing.
You kept them from scoring touchdowns a few times. Any good things you took away from defense?
You know, on defense, the 2 kids they have, number 11 and 5, are special. They've made some plays. The quarterback's throwing it up there. We gotta be smarter and understand the situations. And make a few plays. We've had way too many missed tackles. That's led to some bigger plays, longer yards. The last field goal should have never happened due to missed tackles. So, you know, we're working there.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
He does point out that last field goal, and remember that Dreamus Smith had a run where he broke a tackle and stiff-armed another would-be tackler and ran out of bounds and put Lambert in position with a 53-yard field goal that ended the first half.
Kevin White came in averaging 10.5 catches a game. He only has 3 in the first half, but for 126 yards and the 1 touchdown.
The second half starts with West Virginia kicking off. Bobbled and caught at the 1 by Ja'Cory Shepard. 20-yard line, still running, near the 30.
Shepard on the return.
I think this is important, how Kansas comes out here to start this third quarter. I mean, they haven't scored now in 6 straight quarters over 2 games. And so John Reagan has moved upstairs to call these plays, and you know, they've made a quarterback change here. Montel Coachart, they gave him the first half. He couldn't generate offense, and so, you know, Michael Cummings comes in. Now, he has played a lot of football here at Kansas. He's a little undersized at 5'10", but he has a big arm. He can throw it down the field, and he's a pretty good athlete. We'll see if he can generate more offense than Coachart.
Starting at the 28, he'll run the ball off a play fake, just lower his head and charge over the 30. Marker is down as well. You brought up Michael Cummings having played in the past at Kansas. A couple of snaps today in the first half.
Personal foul, number 35, defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Kwiatkowski.
Yeah, one of the only mistakes that Kwiatkowski has made. He led this team with 7 tackles in the first half. He's got the face mask here of Cummings as he doesn't take it off, and you can see the face, the hand on it throughout the way. So good catch by the umpire.
Moves them out to the 46-yard line. This is the 17th game Cummings has played in at Kansas. This is his 101st pass in those games, and it was not a great pass. It was close to being picked.
I tell you, there was some coverage on that, though. And there was 5 gold jerseys around the receiver of Pearson. They were not going to let Tony Pearson beat him here today, and so far he's done nothing in this game.
Saw Terrell Chestnut, number 16 for West Virginia, a moment ago. He was one of the closest of those 5 gold jerseys that Brian mentioned. Marker down before the snap.
Ball start. Number 78, offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Larry Mazik at right tackle.
A couple changes here on the offensive line in the 3rd quarter. Mazik gets a shot at 6'8", 360 at right tackle. Biggest player on the Kansas roster.
Now they move back to the 41. 2nd down, 15. Carl Joseph is lined up, standing up on the defensive line. Now it drops back. They throw a long pass out to the left. It is caught at the 40-yard line, and then running up, Justin McKay lowered his head near midfield and was bumped out of bounds by Wes Tonkery.
Yeah, well, when you keep them in 3rd and long, I mean, you try and keep everything in front of you here and just rally to the ball, and that's what they just did on that play.
3rd and 6 for the Jayhawks, who are 2 for 9 today on 3rd down.
If I was going to blitz Cummings, I'd blitz him right up the middle. At 5'10", any hands in his face obstructs his view. To say any hands in his face really obstructs a man that's 5'10", thrown from the pocket.
Maybe here's a blitz off the edge. K.J. Dillon got tripped, didn't get there, and then Cummings threw the ball away. Well, you can see K.J. Dillon, if he doesn't get tripped up right as he was trying to jump over the line of scrimmage, he may get there. And Larry Mazik, we mentioned him a moment ago. Mazik had that false start, and now he is the player that you see needing medical attention here for Kansas.
Just there he is on the outside, working going for the cut block. Hard to tell exactly what might have happened there. It looks like he's getting up okay, and then something happened in his back. Some kind of, I don't even want to speculate, but it made the biggest man on the roster drop right down, and he is not going to be an easy guy to get up and lift up off that turf. Transfer from Iowa Western Community College.
There are a lot of JUCO transfers on Kansas's roster, and several of them are from Iowa Western Community College, including Larry Mazik, now assisted up. Today, of course, for Kansas is the first game for the interim head coach, Clint Bowen.
Keeps grabbing that back. Something just locked up on him. But as he walks off the field, another 3rd down that Clint Bowen's offense has not been able to convert.
Now 2 for 10, Brian.
Yeah.
Ardula averaged 40 yards on 7 punts in the first half. Line of scrimmage is the 50. And so the punt is 50 yards. West Virginia will start at the 20 with quarterback Clint Trickett, the senior from Tallahassee, leading the way on offense. As you can see, they have a great time today in Morgantown. West Virginia up 26-0. Here's Greg Wolf with a Fox College football game break.
All right, thanks. Let's go to Fort Worth, Texas. Number 25, TCU, giving number 4, Oklahoma, all they can handle. Trevon Boykin to Deontay Gray, 29-yard touchdown. Game's all tied at 31, 3rd quarter. Mark, Brian, back to you.
Thanks, Greg. Wow. And 268 yards in the air today for Trevon Boykin, 2 touchdowns as well.
Well, he's really improved. New offensive coordinator there for Gary Patterson's made a big difference.
Run to the 20, spinning, Russell Shell.
There's Ben Heaney right at the bottom of that pile there. Done a pretty good job stopping the running game here. Take a look at the Big 12 standings as the conference season is underway. Oklahoma State with a big win at Iowa State today to stay undefeated in the conference.
Tyreek Hill had a long kickoff return for a touchdown. There's a long pass. Clint Trickett, and it's deflected. Look at that play by Ja'Cory Shepard, keeping Mario Alford from a shot to catch the pass.
Excellent man coverage by Ja'Cory Shepard, their best defensive back. He knows he's got to step on it, but he locates the ball. That's the important thing. And then he trusts the athletic ability to be able to turn and flip that ball away. I mean, there's no help over there. He's strictly on an island. I'm impressed with the ability that Shepard has to play man coverage. That's a good receiver down there, Mario Alford. Great route runner.
Shepard is a senior from Mesquite, Texas. Horn High School in Mesquite. A hole for Russell Shell. He accelerates over the 30 and picks up the first down, running on 3rd and 9. Jake Love the tackle, but Shell gains 15 yards.
Yeah, right behind that left tackle, Adam Pankey on that side, but pretty good hole opened up, and he was able to shift gears and find his way through it.
And another running play, and Love will come up the works in the middle again for the Kansas defense on that first down carry for Russell Shell.
Yeah, Jake Love there, another inside linebacker, a junior out of Oklahoma. They have played not bad against the run. They've given up a couple of sweeps to some receivers, but for the most part, they've kept it in front of them. They haven't been hurt by the running game of West Virginia.
West Virginia, 136 total yards on the ground today, and a chance to add to it a little bit more here. A run for 3 on 2nd down for Shell. Ben Heaney. There's the linebacker from Kansas, Ben Heaney, senior. Trickett pressured as he threw it. Caught by Shell, makes a couple of moves, and he converts on 3rd down again.
And that's what Clint Bowen was telling Leslie at half. Like, they're missing tackles in the open field. They were in a position to stop Shell. As take a look at who might be down for Clint Bowen's defense. We'll take a look here. Just a check down to the outside to Shell. Talk about these running backs and their ability to catch the ball. Just making Boateng miss on the outside clean. And Dana Holgerson told us, he said, look, Charles Sims was the 2nd running back taken in the draft last year because he had 45 catches. He was the best pass catching running back coming out of college football a year ago, drafted by Tampa. These running backs both can catch it, whether it's Shell or Smallwood.
Smallwood, 15 receptions coming into play today, and Russell Shell, 11 catches. And those two running backs have caught more passes going into play this weekend than any other backs in the Big 12.
Yeah, big part of what they do, and they really kind of help Bale trick it out when things aren't opening up down the field.
Russell Shell's legs have helped him convert 2 3rd downs. Now here are the legs of Wendell Smallwood. He will allow them to have a 3rd down here as he runs for 1st down yardage.
Pretty good 1-2 punch.
Yeah. Smallwood from Wilmington, Delaware. Down to the 40-yard line of the Kansas Jayhawks. Smallwood has 39 yards on the ground today. Just gained 13. Smallwood again had a big hit as he tried to race through that hole on the right side.
No, Kansas plays 3 down defensive linemen, and then they play a buck linebacker. And right now, they're running right at the stand-up outside linebacker. Sometimes it's a Reynolds, sometimes it's Simmons. I mean, that's like, here's the stand-up buck linebacker. That's what they've been attacking on the run game.
Now looking to pass, and Trickett will throw it down the middle, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Isaiah Johnson. Johnson on a return. Hit hard outside the 20, and then dropped at the 30.
Trickett in on that tackle. Probably not advised, but the one bad throw as they go for the home run ball. Free safety staying right in the middle of the field took it away.
They were looking for Jordan Thompson, Brian.
Yeah, there he is in the back. Locates the ball just center field on that play as they try to go deep to Thompson. They had been attacking on the outside down the sidelines most of the day. Nothing really in the middle of the field. Cricket knows almost as soon as that ball is released, like, all right, that's a bad throw. Let me go down there and do something about that. Wow.
That was a good tackle.
That's a good tackle.
There's a pitch on the option to Corey Avery. He doesn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage. You're right. That was good center field play, though, by Isaiah Johnson. Perhaps inspired by how the Royals are doing in the playoffs.
How about that? I mean, up on the Angels 2-0. I mean, the hottest team in baseball, they've shut them out basically in these first 2 games.
2 extra inning wins against the Angels and an extra inning win to get there against Oakland.
No doubt. Monday night win for the Chiefs against the Patriots.
2nd and 10. Cummings throws and caught along the sideline. That should be a first down.
Well, that was a good throw by Cummings.
To Nigel King.
Yeah. You're just looking, I mean, if you're a quarterback right now in Kansas, you're just looking for completions. Just get the ball out of your hands, get some completions, let your receivers make some guys miss. Cummings knows that the way that Cozart has struggled so far this year, coaching change, maybe he thinks like right now I can reclaim the starting position that he once had.
Cummings is a junior from Killeen, Texas.
Cummings played here 2 years ago. I remember when Kansas came and Geno Smith was playing his final regular season game here and had a good game. And Cummings playing on the other side. Not bad for a young guy like Montel Cozart to just take a view from the sideline. Get a different perspective on what teams are doing to him.
That shovel pass a moment ago, by the way, the first catch today for the tight end, Jermaine Mundine. Over Cummings on the rollout, and there are the 2 best players, arguably, on the defense today, Kwiatkowski and Tonkery, the linebackers, batting down that pass.
Well, 2 linebackers, they both just come right off the edge from this bootleg. So one has the tight end, he realizes he's not getting the ball, read their keys, take him to the quarterback, and these 2 linebackers have been all over the field.
I said arguably, since I know how much you like Carl Joseph.
Well, I don't want to leave him out of that conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Those linebackers have certainly been active.
Two seconds on the play clock on 3rd and 5.
Prior to the play clock expiring, timeout. Kansas, their first charge of the half.
The timeout is with 8:58 remaining in the 3rd quarter. West Virginia 26, Kansas nothing. This is Fox College Football. A look inside Milan Pushkar Stadium. 26-0. West Virginia leads Kansas.
John Reagan up there, the offensive coordinator, signals the play down to Ron Paulus, who then calls it in to Michael Cummings. Notre Dame great.
Yeah, there's a name, Ron Paulus.
Yeah, out of Berwyn, Pennsylvania.
Remember how much Bino Cook, how great he thought his career was going to be.
He thought he could win 2 Heisman, not just 1.
And an underneath pass on 3rd down. The running back Corey Avery catches it, and he won't go very far. Christian Brown was the first one to get hands on him and start to wrestle him to the turf.
Well, this we've been talking about it all day, but this West Virginia defense, undersized but speedy. They were sick about how poorly they played last year in that 4-8 season. A completely different attitude this year, playing with a lot more confidence, and really everybody just rallying to the football on every one of these 3rd down stops.
They've got a new defensive coordinator, Tony Gibson. He's had 2 different stints as an assistant coach here at West Virginia, and he's a West Virginia guy. Fan West Virginia. Yeah. College at Glenville State, a small school here. Was an assistant at West Virginia Tech. Now Clint Trickett is back on offense, although he's a great quarterback, but maybe he could have played on defense. Look at this tackle after the interception earlier.
Form, perfect. I don't know if I want my star quarterback making that kind of an initial hit.
Mountaineers at home lead the Kansas Jayhawks 26-0. Clint Trickett has thrown for a touchdown today and threw another long pass that set up a touchdown. 11 for 21, 231 yards.
First and 10 for the Mountaineers, ball number 10.
Came into the game with 1,600 yards passing in 4 games this year. He has 10 touchdowns now and 4 picks, 1 each today. Throws it out on the right side, coming back to the ball is Kevin White.
Yeah. That's the key right there, Mark, is how these receivers come back to the football. So many receivers, they stop and they turn around and they let the defense catch up to him. He always maintains that position with the defender on the backside of him because he's coming back to the ball.
That was 7 yards. So 4 catches today and 134 yards for Kevin White. Handoff on 2nd and short will leave West Virginia with a 3rd and short coming up. We see Dreamus Smith from Wichita, Kansas run the ball for the first time today. Isaiah Johnson had the interception earlier in the 3rd quarter, and now he's hurt, as you see.
Not a lot of depth there at safety for Clint Bowen's defense. Dave Campo working in the secondary, longtime Dallas assistant and head coach.
3 seasons as head coach of the Cowboys.
Another one of those Iowa Western Community College transfers here out of Cary, North Carolina. Cary right there in the foothills of North Carolina State. There's Dave Campo. Said that the change would be good for this team, that it'd be good to get a guy from Kansas and has all the ties to Kansas into this program.
Isaiah Johnson, who just went off Big 12 Defensive Newcomer of the Year last year. 5 picks, 76 tackles, 3rd down, Trickett rolling, incomplete.
Good defense that time.
They're trying to throw the ball to the fullback, Elijah Wellman.
You know, he doesn't get a lot of opportunities, but that was just kind of a drag slide concept where they pull Trickett to the right, but well defensed that time by Kansas.
O'Toole with his 2nd punt today. Nick Harwell is the man back deep to receive it for Kansas with a little under 7 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Short punt, but rolls. And stopped between the 32 and the 33-yard line. That's where the Jayhawks will take over after the Nick O'Toole punt.
Well, welcome back to Morgantown, West Virginia, where I am joined by a very special guest, Bobby Bowden, who was the head coach here from 66 to 75. You are back for homecoming. What's it like to be back in this stadium?
I've enjoyed it, watching the ball game and not having the pressure of having, I don't have to win, they got to win. You know, it's a little bit different watching than being part of it.
Absolutely. Well, this high-powered offense and Dater Holgerson, so much has changed here for West Virginia. What do you think of the job he's done here?
Well, it has grown so much. When I was here, this stadium was not here. We were down on campus with a stadium that seated about 30,000. Now they got, what, 65 or 70,000 here? And it's just changed so much, I don't hardly recognize anything, you know what? But everything I see is good.
I'm sure you love being here and the pressure is off. Do you still enjoy watching college football? Are you still a fan of the game?
No, you know, you're exact. When you're coaching, you can't watch college football. You grade your, you play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, play the game Saturday, grade it Sunday, then get on the next. You can't see what other people are doing. Now that I'm retired, I watch them all.
All right, thanks so much. We appreciate you joining us, Coach.
Okay, good to see you.
Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Leslie. Great interview with the legendary Bobby Bowden.
An iconic figure in the game of college football, has done so much for it. Took that Florida State program from absolutely nothing into a national power.
Threw the ball to Nigel King there on 2nd down. King caught the 1st down pass for 4 yards. That incomplete, now 36. 1 month from today, Brian, Bobby Bowden will turn 85.
85. Amazing.
How about that?
I mean,
a lot of spunk.
Well, he does. Yeah. I mean, but I think being around young players his whole life, I think that helped keep him young. You know, and I think it sort of gave him that energy source that everybody needs, you know, to keep going.
I hope I have that kind of energy at 85. I know you will. Well, I've hung around with you long enough to know you will have that energy.
I hope I have it. I hope I can dress as good as Bobby Bowden does as well.
Rolling to throw on 3rd down is Michael Cummings, and it's incomplete over the head of Nick Harwell and out of bounds.
Well, this West Virginia defense has been smothering Kansas all afternoon, but Kansas has got to look at this quarterback position right here to find something within the scheme, within the talent that they have, where they can better put the position of the quarterback in position to be successful, whether it's bunch formation, stack wide receiver formations. Right now, they're just too easy to defend.
Today, they have been limited to 116 yards of offense as we are in the last 6 minutes of the third quarter. Oh, and a muffed punt. Jordan Thompson lost it, and this will give Kansas the ball on the recovery inside the 20-yard line.
It looked like he lost his balance. It looked like he was falling backwards as he was going to catch it. Nigel King is right there, and special teams of Kansas has had an uplift with the change of the coach there. But watch Thompson here. It looks like he's got a fair catch, and then he loses his balance here. Oh,
Justin McKay is on it.
Best field position of the day here for Kansas by far. Maybe with this field position, they can end this scoring drought that they've had for 6.5 quarters.
Last time they scored was with 2:07 remaining in the fourth quarter of the game against Central Michigan. Shutout last week by Texas. Shutout so far today. The shutout last week in Lawrence was the first home shutout since 2002. Cummings throwing end zone over the head of King.
And he had him. He had exactly what he wanted there. I mean, you just got to make that throw. And Clint Bowen said the two most important people in a college football organization is the head coach and the quarterback, and not necessarily in that order. And right here, Cummings has King. It's the wrong throw. Just sailed it too far.
I believe these are the first snaps today for Kansas in West Virginia territory. After a fumbled punt by Jordan Thompson, recovered by Justin McKay, they threw an incompletion on first down, and you see that Noble Wachuku is among those to stack up Corey Avery on a second down run here. Aaron Kinsey in the middle as well. Avery Green gained 3 yards out of the 15.
Now, if I'm Kansas here on this third down, I'm going to the end zone. I know that I can kick a field goal here on fourth down. I got to be super aggressive right now. If you're John Reagan, give him a play here to Michael Cummings.
West Virginia hasn't scored in the third quarter. Kansas is in scoring position as Cummings throws, and it's caught, and then Nigel King leaps for the first down. He fought out of the tackle of Ishmael Banks and leapt for the first down.
Well, King's giving him a little bit of a lift. Good effort right here to know how far he had to get for the first down. There's a little stack route. King was the second receiver, got a little bit of a space.
Now first and goal, running Corey Avery inside the 5 to the 4. They start this first and goal set of downs at the 7.
And if I'm on the offensive line up there right now, Mark, I'm just thinking about getting in the end zone and scoring a touchdown. Coming off the ball and driving with the best run block I've had all day right now.
Avery again, and he gets into the end zone. The first score of the day for the Kansas Jayhawks.
And that's just what the offensive line did. They came off the ball and they moved the line of scrimmage. Something to cheer about for the Kansas offense as they end that drought that you mentioned, Mark.
Well, it ends up nearly being 7 full quarters. The fumble on the punt was recovered by Justin McKay, number 19, who you just saw. And they drive it in from 18 yards out, taking 5 plays. Matthew Wyman on the field to connect on the extra point. And there's Corey Avery, who ran it in from 4 yards out. The first score today for Kansas. There he is, powering his way into the end zone.
A good push that time from the right tackle, Marquise Lucas, along with Jimmy Mundine, just kind of caving in the side of West Virginia's defense for one of the few times today.
You saw the enthusiasm from Clint Bowen.
Yeah, Jordan Thompson there, guilty of the fumble punt that gave Kansas that field position. Not a lot to smile about when you do that.
Another look at Clint Bowen, who will be the interim coach for the remainder of the year. He said when we talked to him this week, this is his destination job, Brian. He said if it happens at this point in time to take over, then great, but if not, I'll be behind the program. I'll stay in the profession and keep working, and hopefully one day it will be the right time.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 8 games here to give the board of directors there, Kansas, athletic director, president, something to think about. And I think with his roots to the state of Kansas, the fact that he's been there when they had won, he said something interesting. He says, kids 6'6", 300 pounds, you know, they can run 5'5". We're probably not going to get. We got to take the lesser size, the less talented kid, but develop him.
Mario Alford, big kick return, started at the 5, and he runs away from Cardula. He may have his second kickoff return this year for a touchdown. He does, accelerating down the sideline and into the end zone.
He is special. Did it against Alabama. First game of the season, and he does it again. You give that man some space in a sideline, he'll outrun the pursuit. He'll break tackles.
He had another gear on that last 30 yards.
And he's got another gear, Mark.
There were defenders, potential tacklers as Lambert hits the extra point. Potential tacklers coming in at an angle, but his speed negated the impact and the effect of the angle.
Well, let's just take a look. He catches it over his head here, and he's just a right return. Looking for a Conway. There's the alley. Just outruns Pardula there. And he's not really looking in his rearview mirror too much right there.
Well, there will be better days ahead for him.
Clint Bone, an ex-defensive back, I think he wanted to jump out there and maybe give one hit, trying to slow him down.
Well, the last year that he played, 1993, he led the team.
Yeah.
And still has one of the highest tackle totals ever for a defensive back at Kansas. Mario Alford ran the kickback for 100 yards against Alabama earlier this year.
And, you know, it is still like we don't see a lot of kickoff returns for touchdowns because these kickers with these legs in college and kicking off from the 35, they don't give them a chance. But it's still one of the most exciting plays in all of football is a kickoff return, especially when you have somebody like Alford with all that speed.
95 yards on that run back for his second of the season. Following in the footsteps of a great return man like Tavon Austin here at West Virginia. Now here's a return for Shepard from the 1. Wow. Got exciting for a moment, but then he ends up being slammed out of bounds just outside the 30.
Give Ja'Cory Shepard a lot of credit. He stepped out of bounds and avoided that last hit, but he spun one time and then he got blasted.
There's Mario Alford with his second kickoff return for a touchdown this season.
He doesn't even look like he's breathing hard. Sometimes you go back 95 yards like that and it takes you a couple minutes to get your breath. Oh, he needs a little cup of Gatorade. Looks like he's returned to normal.
Special teams cost West Virginia points with the fumbled punt that Kansas drove in shortly thereafter and scored their first touchdown. But special teams gets those points back by running the ensuing kickoff back for TD. And now Corey Avery tackled.
Avery tackled by Edward Muldren. Backup linebacker. A lot of depth at those linebacker positions here for the Mountaineers. Guys are taking advantage of every rep they can get.
2nd and 10 for the 32. Late third quarter. Big hole in the run here. Corey Avery ran for the touchdown a moment ago and stumbles out near the 45 for a first down. 49 degrees in Morgantown this afternoon and heading into the evening, by the way.
Might be a little chilly for the fans, but as a player, in this kind of weather, you never get tired. I mean, you just feel like you could play all day.
That's why Mario Alford had so much gas in the tank at the end of that kickoff return and didn't need the oxygen on his own.
You say those fans right there might think that it's a little too early here in October for the temperatures to be dipping so low.
It was 44 at one point earlier in the day.
False start, number 61, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
The left tackle, Pat Lewandowski. Overland Park, Kansas. Lewandowski is a civil engineering major with a 4.0.
Not many things that he can't figure out.
I knew that would have meaning to you.
Oh man, I'm jealous.
First and 15 after the penalty, and no room for Joe Dineen, the freshman running back.
Kwiatkowski again. We have called his name repeatedly here.
Great game today for number 35, Kwiatkowski from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. Junior linebacker. And there are markers down here, something to sort out.
There is no foul.
All right, pick up the flag.
And the play for Dineen was no gain, so 2nd and 15. Dana Holgerson wanting an explanation.
Well, not just wanting one, he's demanding one.
There is a difference.
There is a difference. I think he might have a little say about just what that picking that flag up was all about.
(33-7) West Virginia with 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
They come.
Cummings throws it down the left side, incomplete for Nick Harwell.
I think until Kansas can convert one of those throws, one of those deep shots like that from either Cozart or Cummings, I think defenses are just going to sit on the running game right now. They got to loosen them up, get them to think about the ability to be able to strike deep, and we haven't seen that type of conversion now in over 2 games. Texas last week and West Virginia here today.
Got to feel like trying to climb the top of one of those West Virginia mountains with another 3rd down and long today for Kansas. They need 15. Just got the snap off, throwing underneath, caught to the sideline. Nick Harwell stepping out just right there inside the 50-yard line and a few yards, 5 to be exact, short of the first down.
Yeah, and I think Kansas right now is, in that type of territory. I think they should think about going for it. They're not. This Cummings got to his second target that time.
In the time that Cummings has played here in the third quarter, 6 of 13 passing, 38 yards. Ardula will punt to Jordan Thompson, who just fumbled one a moment ago that Kansas recovered and drove in for a touchdown 5 plays later. He won't have a chance to fumble this punt as Pardula sends it over him and into the end zone.
There's too many of those for Pardula today.
49-yard punt.
Late flag coming out.
Yep.
Dead ball, personal foul, 35 West Virginia.
35 West Virginia. All right, we're going to go.
There was a microphone on before it should have been.
After the play was over, personal foul, number 35, receiving team. That penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal. First down, West Virginia.
Well, you can tell Dana wasn't happy with the call.
Some fire from Dana Holgerson, a 43-year-old head coach from Mount Pleasant, Iowa.
The fire from him, and his team has responded to that fire throughout the season, but I don't think he's happy with just the overall second half play. He keeps talking about energy and playing with enthusiasm. He said his team didn't need Gold Rush afternoon or homecoming to play the right way, but you feel like there's been kind of a lull here in the second half from this offense.
Russell Shell running, bounces it out. Trying to get a block on the edge from Kevin White. He was bumped up by Dexter McDonald. 5-yard run for Russell Shell. 80 yards today on the ground. Puts him at nearly 350 yards this season. This is game 5 for West Virginia. 2 wins, 2 losses.
There's a breakdown. Pickett was throwing one thing and the receiver was running another. The receiver on that play was Tequil Shorts, and He's running a go route, and quarterback was thinking he was running a stop. So miscommunication, one of those things that Dana won't be thrilled about, even though West Virginia has passed the 400-yard mark.
552 yards is what they average per game on offense. That is 11th at FBS. Rolling and caught at the 20-yard line. Jordan Thompson from Clint Trickett, tackled by Tevin Shaw, but not after a third down conversion.
Well, there's one of those throws that allowed Trickett to come in today, completing 72% of his throws. I mean, that one was right in a position where Thompson could run after the catch with it.
Only completing around 54% is Trickett today. With an inside handoff on first down, Jake Love the tackle of Russell Shell.
I feel like Kansas is making them earn all of these yards right now. Johnson right there in the bottom of that pile, the backup nose tackle.
Only a 2-yard gain to Shell. Now Trickett zipped it out to Mario Alford, who had a touchdown earlier in the third quarter and then forced out.
Yeah, that time Johnson was over there along with Simmons to make that hit on Alford. You see so many injuries in college football. I mean, you should eventually, begin reacting quicker to them so that these big plays don't develop from them.
Alford just caught his third pass for 71 yards. Back to throw on third down. Trickett steps up, throws sideline. There's another catch for Alford and another first down.
You do.
Ja'Cory Shepherd on the tackle, but Mario Alford will move the sticks out to the West Virginia 36.
I love the way he comes back to the football. He doesn't allow the defender to really have a chance to break up the pass the way he aggressively comes back to the ball.
Alford catching the last 2 passes from Clint Trickett. Gives him 4 catches today. And that ends the third quarter with West Virginia leading Kansas 33-7. Well, a chance to savor the flavor of the first 3 quarters of West Virginia and Kansas. The Mountaineers lead 33-7 here on Fox College Football. The summary shows they have outgained Kansas 422 to 158. And first and 10 to start out the fourth quarter. And running the ball is Wendell Smallwood, and he's chased and brought down by Victor Simmons.
Simmons made the tackle, but I thought Andrew Bolton made the play. He's the one that forced the back into the pursuit of the defense. Another good run stop by the Jayhawk defense.
That was a tackle for loss.
Not enough of those today, but still a decent job of handling the run game.
Third tackle for loss today. Back to throw Trickett on second down and 11, and incomplete. And the marker will come down. Cassius Sindish on the coverage of K.J. Myers.
K.J. Myers, a guy that has been coming alive during practice, looking good during the bye week. Last week when they practiced Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, having the weekend off.
Number 33 defense. The ball will be placed to spot the foul. First down.
Right there, Trickett didn't do his third read on the play, and that's another example of a receiver coming back to the ball and forcing Sendish to come through his back to try to make that play.
You mentioned Myers coming alive. He's had the ball thrown his way a couple of times today. His first catch of the season has been today. Boy, big hit by Ben Heaney on that catch.
Well, I think a guy like Heaney, who's seen so much out here as a starting middle linebacker the last 3 years, he had a big play on that in the first quarter. He recognized it right away and jumped on it.
Kevin White caught it, but lost yardage. Now second and 16. Trickett, a long time to throw, and they'll convert for the first down.
You rush 3 men after Clint Trickett. He is not going to force the ball. He's going to. Oh, there's Heaney down right there.
Da'Keil Shorts caught the pass. And then Ben Heaney, who was part of the tackle, is down.
Well, obviously, here's Heaney right here in the middle. He's in pass coverage right now. Reading the eyes of the quarterback, just zone coverage. He kind of freed up. Shorts catches it It'll be tough to find out if that was friendly fire or just the hit that he put on shorts.
Timeout on the field with West Virginia in front, 33-7. Hawks College football is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price every day. And by your local Ford dealer. Visit your local Ford dealer now for great deals during the Built Ford Tough sales event. Ready to the homecoming parade here in Morgantown, West Virginia. The home of the West Virginia University Mountaineers. The great bands marching in the parade. And in the homecoming game, West Virginia leads Kansas 33-7.
Tremendous band here in West Virginia.
You love bands.
I like the bands. I mean, that's entertaining.
Trickett throws, and there's K.J. Myers making his second catch of the day and of the season.
You know, as a player, I was never able to play in the band, but in my next lifetime, I'm going to join a band. I want to play the tuba.
That's your instrument of choice, huh?
That's just the biggest instrument. I think the tuba should go to a big guy.
A lot of work to carry that thing around during the halftime marching performances.
Trickett's got 5 wide receivers right here, spreading the field. Kansas comes with a blitz on him.
2nd down and 6, and White catches the pass. Try to make a move, and Dexter McDonald hangs on to bring it down.
Good tackle in the open field, but there's the tuba. That's what we see. Look, there's a big guy playing the tuba.
It's a happy guy. He's laughing.
Well,
it's just fitting for you.
I mean, you have to enjoy playing the tuba. I mean, you got to be explained to people why you're carrying that big old bag on your shoulder everywhere you go. I think that's the heart of the band.
The backbone. Handoff on 3rd down. A running play past the 30 for Russell Shell. They needed just shy of the 28. They don't have it. Tevin Shaw stopped him short of the 1st down.
Russell Shell's had a pretty good day.
And now they want to snap this quickly here. 4th down and a little bit more than a full yard. And Trickett faked the handoff, going end zone, incomplete. There's that man coverage again between Dexter McDonald and Kevin White, and it results in a turnover on downs.
I tell you, Trickett was fake the run, really get Kansas to bite. Looks left to Alford, not there, and then he's coming back to Kevin White. Good coverage on the outside by McDonald. Playing on the upfield shoulder. I mean, excellent coverage. Really no place for Trickett to go with that ball.
McDonald has 2 interceptions this year, had 2 last season. Well, Dana Holgorsen, when Leslie talked to him at halftime, he said he wanted his team to play a good second half. He pointed out the 24-24 halftime last game and not playing well in the second half.
No, and I tell you, Holgorsen was all over Mario Alford on that last play. He was not in the right place. The Trickett was supposed to throw it.
Ooh, Michael Cummings dangerously close to an interception. The only player running near that pass that was thrown was Ishmael Banks.
Now, Holgorsen is one of those coaches that he knows what he wants his team to look like and how he wants them to play. And you can have a 33-7 lead. He's not happy at all in the second half with this team. He expects a lot more from them. He said, okay, if we lose to Alabama, we lose to Oklahoma, we're the 3rd best team in the country. They're not playing like that in the second half.
Follow-up to that in a moment after a 2nd down and 10 here with 3 on the play clock as Michael Cummings takes the snap and buried by Kwiatkowski. Corey Avery down on that running play. You know, I think most great coaches, I mean, this is something that you hear in a lot of different sports, don't play the scoreboard.
No.
Whenever you have a big lead. Yeah.
Now look at it. He's pacing right now. He's so upset. He's already jumped on Alford right here. It's execution is what he wants and what this offense is all about, and they haven't done that. A lot of it goes to Kansas' credit, not backing down at all.
Low snap to Cummings, picks it up, tripped up. Ball came out. Shaq Pettaway made the tackle, and they say 4th down. Lewandowski got back on top of it.
Yeah, but that's a 2nd low snap right now this year for today for Houghton, forcing Cummings to just scramble just to. It's like that elbow was down.
Yeah. 11 minutes remaining.
Not much a quarterback can do, and he's got to take his eyes completely off downfield, just trying to recover the bad snap as this play is going to get looked at. And to whether this is a fumble or not.
You can see Alan Eck, I think he said you want a challenge.
West Virginia is challenging the ruling of the ball carrier being down before losing possession of the ball.
So with 10:48 remaining.
All right, so he tackled right here. Now, I think the elbow hit first and then the ball came out second. He's got possession of the ball here. Elbows down and the ball is still in his grasp, and then it comes out. I think the way they saw it is the way it's going to hold and be upheld.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The ball carrier's elbow touched the ground before he lost possession. West Virginia will be charged their first time out of the half, and they're out of replay challenges for the rest of the game.
Kansas has not lost a fumble this season, and that stays intact. West Virginia has not recovered an opponent's fumble this year.
Dana Holgerson sneaking a little peek at his play chart here as he gets ready to put his offense out there on the field.
Cardew with a punt. Had to deal with a little bit of heat. Into his 12th punt today, and down on special teams. Big tackle by Justin McKay, who recovered the fumble earlier. And he throws Jordan Thompson down on the return. Clint Trickett and Kevin White, they hooked up for 3 big plays in the first half. They'll be looking for one here when we return to Fox College Football. West Virginia up 33-7. This October, history will be made as baseball's postseason moves to America's new sports network. Fox Sports 1 is your home for baseball's National League Division and Championship Series. Tune in Monday as the Dodgers travel to St. Louis to take on the Cardinals. Tonight in Morgantown, West Virginia, 33-7. West Virginia leads Kansas. After a punt by Kansas, West Virginia the ball at their own 24. 10:40 to go. Running Wendell Smallwood. Pulled down by Fish Smithson at safety. Ben Heaney is back on defense for Kansas after being shaken up on the last drive.
Well, you know, the thing about Heaney when he's out there, and he's always out there, is that this defense isn't getting beat by the speed of this offense of West Virginia and how quickly they play. They get lined up, they get their signals communicated well, and they're ready to play.
Smallwood just ran for 4. They faked it to him, and it's over the head of Jordan Thompson on the pass from Clint Trickett. You were talking about Ben Heaney just a moment ago. Heaney is on every award that he would be eligible for. He's on the preseason watch list for that.
Award.
Nagurski, Bednarik Award. If he's eligible for it, he's under consideration for it.
Rightfully so.
Heaney 6 tackles today, 2 tackles for loss. Trickett just threw an incompletion on 2nd down, now going for the home run on 3rd down, deep down the left side, broken up. Shepard back defensively. He was getting help there at the last second from Smithson on the pass intended for Alford.
But Corey Shepard is a good player, and he's been in great position. We've seen he's made that exact same play against Alford 3 times today, where Alford's got to step on him, but he locates the ball. He plays the ball in the air well. He's really, really talented.
3 pass breakups today for Ja'Cory Shepard, Brian.
But his ability to really play man coverage on the outside like that against a good player really allows Ben Freeney and Jake Love a lot of freedom inside, you know, to play zone coverage, to blitz. I mean, it's really a bonus that Clint Bowen has.
Nick Harwell ready to receive the punt from Nick O'Toole at the 29. Running to the sideline and pushed out. Al-Rashid Benton, the tackle on special teams with 9:40 remaining. West Virginia up by 26 points. Fox College football, 33-7. West Virginia over Kansas in the fourth quarter. Here's Leslie McCaslin. Leslie?
Well, Mark, Kansas may be down by a lot, but don't tell them that. They're not over here on the sidelines hanging their heads or looking disappointed at all. In fact, defensively, they are celebrating the little things, running up and down the sideline with their head coach Clint Bowen. When they get big stops out there, they know that it's going to take small steps to make some big changes. They're going to celebrate the little things while they can.
They should, Leslie. I mean, they have shut the West Virginia Mountaineers out here in the second half. The only score they got is the kickoff return by Alford.
On a bootleg, here's a completion, and the first catch today for Ben Johnson at tight end. And Johnson powers his way into West Virginia territory, and then a marker was thrown right at the end. Tackled by Isaiah Bruce. Just the third catch this season for Ben Johnson.
Play resulted in a first down. After the play was over, personal foul, number 19, offense. 15-yard penalty. It's 1st and 10.
Well, let's see what Justin McKay does. First bootleg that we've seen from Kansas today, getting Cummings outside. All right, Johnson running. And I don't see anything that happened in that picture there that would warrant a flag.
And 19,
yeah,
McKay.
He's away from the ball. He gets pulled out of the game and talked to right away as a good play gets nullified.
They had a 17-yard completion. And then the dead ball foul moves them back 15 yards. It is a first down. 1st and 10. A run from the 38 up to the 40, and then Isaiah Bruce on another tackle on that keeper by Cummings.
Yeah, West Virginia's not fooled at all by any of those read option runs by the quarterbacks here of Kansas. 5 different receivers for Kansas have 10 catches for 100 yards today. Where they have to get the ball on the outside.
Well, when your wide receivers collectively, Brian, are averaging 10 yards a reception. Well, a bootleg, back foot throw. Oh, and did Nick Harwell catch that? No. He caught it. It just wasn't a completed pass in bounds.
Heck of an effort, though. Putting this one hand out. Big right hand. Bringing that ball in, yeah, but the feet don't get out. That's an acrobatic catch, I'll tell you that. As he gets hit.
Nick Harwell had 229 catches and almost 3,200 receiving yards in 3 years at Miami of Ohio.
It went almost 2 years without playing.
An incomplete pass is under further review.
Had some off-the-field issues at Miami of Ohio and ended up transferring to Kansas.
I thought we had a couple looks at Harwell catching the ball, but his feet were clearly out of bounds here. All right, he's up in the air. No catch, no catch. Foot's on the sideline. Yeah, sure looks like the left foot was on the out-of-bounds line here. I mean, we said it was acrobatic. I think the left foot was a little bit on the white stripe.
It was a heck of an effort and tremendous concentration and body control.
Showed you some of the athletic ability that Harwell has.
Look, the numbers that he put up, if you look at all receivers from 2010 through 2012, Nick Harwell in his time at Miami of Ohio was in the top 15 in total receptions, receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, and receiving yards per game. He put up numbers that would stack up against anybody in the country.
Ruling on field stands. Incomplete pass. 3rd down.
And the expected and correct call made. Now 8:35 remaining and 3rd down and 8 for the Jayhawks. Their own 40. Michael Cummings has played the second half at quarterback. Running option, pitching, oh, bad pitch. Corey Avery picks it up and just runs out of bounds. So it will be 4th and long as we go to Greg Wolf for a Fox College football game break.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Oxford, Mississippi. Alabama trailing Ole Miss 23-17. Final drive, Blake Sims to the end zone. Simquez Golson called an interception on review. And number 3 goes down as they storm the field at Vaught Hemingway Stadium. The Rebels win 23-17. They're 5-0. Guys.
Wow. What a day in the state of Mississippi, Brian.
How about the SEC West right now with Mississippi and Mississippi State both winning in that home state today?
Jordan Thompson backpedaling as he fields the punt, and another negative punt return. 2 in a row for Jordan Thompson. Justin McKay, another tackle. 8 minutes remaining in this Big 12 matchup in Morgantown, West Virginia. West Virginia leads Kansas 33-7. They have 1 score in the second half, and that's what we'll see in the Polaris play of the game. Mario Alford officially 94 yards on this kickoff return for a touchdown.
Yeah, it's a right return, and he sees an alley, and then that's it. And he just kicked it into overdrive right now. Outran Padula, the kicker, and that celebration was on pretty quickly once he turned the corner.
Now run for Russell Shell. Shell made a move against Boateng, the defender, and then races down the sideline and is bumped out of bounds.
Biggest run of the day for West Virginia. Russell Shell might be one of those guys that the more carries he gets, the later in the game he gets, the better he gets. He doesn't look tired at all.
28 yards. And as you said, the longest run of the day. Russell Shell at 113 yards, and it surges forward for a couple. Keon Stowers on a tackle on that short first down run. Officially only 1 yard. We had that Fox College football game break from Greg Wolf a minute ago where he updated us that Ole Miss defeated Alabama. Mississippi State beat Texas A&M earlier today. That Egg Bowl later this year is going to be something.
Ole Miss had not beat Alabama since Eli Manning was on the campus.
By the way, Russell Shell, the first 100-yard rusher this season for West Virginia. Charles Sims did that multiple times last year.
West Virginia still has not scored in the second half. Credit Kansas with the way they've hit them and the way that they've covered, but as West Virginia has their sugar huddle here, trying to just run as much time off the clock as they can. I think that Clint Bones got a lot to be proud of the way this team has competed in the second half, being down 26-0 at the half and shutting West Virginia's offense out here in the second half.
Now Trickett hit hard as he throws, but stays in and delivers a pass that is completed to Vernon Davis, and Davis won't go down, now finally does.
Boy, Trickett took a shot, though, and that's got to concern Dana Holgorsen. Blitz right up the middle here. Sendish coming right in, right to the midsection of Trickett, but he does get up with the help of his tackle here. A little slowly. Vernon Davis getting a chance to play right here. Kevin White out of the game. Mario Alford out. Getting some time for some of the younger receivers right now.
And now Skyler Howard is coming into the game at quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think Holgorsen wants Clint Trickett to take another hit like he just had.
And so Skyler Howard handing the ball off here to Dustin Garrison. Garrison weaving his way down to the 10 and to the 5. And then the ball was ripped out right at the end by Matthew Boateng. It will stay West Virginia ball. It is a run down to the 5 and then down. With 5:29 remaining. So Skyler Howard goes in at quarterback. Here's the tail end of the play.
Got both hands on the ball as he goes to the ground, and it looks like it's ripped out late. We've seen a lot of reviews here today, though.
And we might be seeing another one coming.
Rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense.
Oh.
First down, Kansas.
Well, Dana can't challenge because he used his challenge.
That's right.
Take a look here at what Dustin Garrison did at the end of this play.
Ben Heaney ran up from behind.
Got both hands on it. Oh, yeah. No, that ball came out. I think that ball was out. I think Matthew Boateng is just, as he's going down, is pulling on it.
Just pried it out of there, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, that ball definitely came away from the right arm of Garrison.
Dana Holgerson not pleased.
Can't be.
And now we see the third quarterback in today for Kansas, TJ Millward, handing the ball off to Joe Dineen and tripped up at the line of scrimmage at the 5. So we've seen 2 quarterbacks play today now for West Virginia, with Howard getting in just a moment ago. And TJ Millward, who went to All Saints High School in suburban Fort Worth.
Quarterback coach right there, Ron Powlis of Kansas, giving the freshman a chance here to see what he can do, get a little playing time.
Inside handoff and a run of 2 for Dineen. Cozart played almost all of the first half. He went off for a couple of snaps after he got hit on a particular play. Then Michael Cummings has played most of the second half until Millward's come in here.
Clint Bowen hasn't stopped pacing the entire game, and he's trying to energize this group, trying to get them to believe in his vision of what Kansas football could be. And I'd say his defense has played a lot like he wanted them to play in the second half.
They're down at 8. Millward throwing from his own end zone to the sideline. Caught but short. Nigel King, or no, that's Tony Pearson who caught it. Pearson caught the ball.
Well, Pearson has been absolutely, had no impact on this game whatsoever today. His inability to get him the ball anywhere on the field.
It's only his 3rd touch today, Brian.
Yeah.
1 rush for -4, and now he has 2 catches for +8. So only 4 yards of offense today for an explosive player, Tony Pearson. And now Trevor Pardula will have to punt it. Kicks it from the goal line. Jordan Thompson driving backwards and immediately tackled. Justin McKay again. Well, McKay has just been all over Jordan Thompson on punt returns in the second half. And Thompson is shaken up.
I think he's going to make it all the way off the field, hopping on 1 foot.
Kevin White is today's Whataburger What a Player of the game, as you see what he's been able to do in the passing game today for West Virginia, Brian.
Well, most of these pass catches here were in that first half. He had an explosive 3 catches and a touchdown, over 100 yards receiving. Had a couple of pass interference penalties against him. They got him first downs. And, I mean, he was the rage in the first half, but really taking the life out of this offense in the second half.
So after Clint Trickett took that shot on a pass play earlier from Cassius Sendish, we see Skylar Howard. Looks like he will play for the rest of the game. We were told that Skylar Howard had been getting some snaps and working more with the 1s and 2s during practice, and so he's getting his chance to play here. William Crest and Paul Millard are also on the depth chart at quarterback, but Skylar Howard getting his opportunity today.
Well, another one of those Texas quarterbacks, and you know, they're just so well schooled and growing up in that state, the coaching, the facilities, I think they get a kind of a head start on some of the other areas of the country because of the way that they're taught.
And here is Howard throwing it down the sideline and incomplete for Vernon Davis. The other quarterbacks, Paul Millard from Flower Mound, Texas, has played quite a bit in his time at West Virginia, over 1,300 yards passing in 18 games. And then William Crest, the freshman from Baltimore, has seen limited action this year, completing 3 out of 4 passes. Skylar Howard is getting his opportunity here to play in relief of Trickett with under 3 minutes to go. Throw it deep again, and the receiver just got forced out of bounds. And the pass was broken up as they were looking for Shelton Gibson. There was Ja'Cory Shepard one more time back in coverage.
Well, Ja'Cory Shepard's had a good day. I mean, flat out. Just forced Shelton Gibson out of bounds on that play. Trying to come back inbounds. He wouldn't even let him back in bounds. Seen a number of good plays. We expected good play from Shepard today. He hasn't disappointed at all.
Nick O'Toole is punting here for West Virginia. By the way, that last punt for Trevor Pardula for Kansas, his 14th of the day. One shy of a school record for punts in a game. Return for the 24. Reversing field, Nick Harwell. And now Harwell with a seam. Out to the 40. Ran past the punter, O'Toole. Down the sideline, Nick Harwell is going to run this punt back for a touchdown for Kansas.
Clint Bowen said, watch out for our special teams. There's going to be a spark. It's going to be a third of this game that we're going to compete in this area of the field that we haven't done in the past first month. And there's the new special team coach right there. We're really inspiring this group. Big part of practice, paid a lot of attention to it in a short week, and it's paying off.
Nick Harwell, 76-yard punt return for a touchdown. And Matthew Wyman, the kicker from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, makes it 33-14. One more look at the punt return, Brian.
Yeah, Harwell just changed directions right here. This is all on him. I mean, he sees the alley. Now he explodes. And you mentioned what he was like at Miami of Ohio. Did a good job of staying in bounds. Nobody's going to catch him. So we've seen a kickoff return for Alford at West Virginia. Now Harwell here returning a punt for Kansas. So special teams a big part of today's highlights.
Damon Patterson was the last player to return a punt for a touchdown for Kansas 6 years ago against FIU. 78 officially on the punt return for Nick Harwell. West Virginia 33, Kansas 14 with 2:23 left. Kansas now ready to kick off after running the punt back for a touchdown. Trevor Pardula to kick off. We've had special teams touchdowns for both teams here in the second half. A kickoff return for a touchdown for West Virginia. A punt return for a touchdown now for Kansas. 2:23 left.
Louis Metsakis, the new special teams coach. There he is, congratulating his kicker Pardula on that kickoff. We feel pretty good about how his group has covered kicks for the outside of that kickoff return.
Yeah.
Played really well. Block kick here today for him. Punt return for a touchdown. A couple big splash plays for this special teams unit.
Really good job of covering punts, especially here in the second half by Kansas' special teams. Let's look at the Mattress Firm All Access update. Clint Trickett ends his day with 300 yards, 302 officially. Running play here for Dustin Garrison, who had that fumble earlier in the fourth quarter. And Capil Fletcher on the tackle. There's the numbers again for Trickett. 20 out of 35, 302 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Mattress Firm All Access update. A 2-yard run on that play for Dustin Garrison as we go inside at 2 minutes left.
I think Dana expected more today from this offense. They had a week off, had a bye week, and said he had some good work, some good enthusiastic work in last week for 3 days. A lot of guys, a lot of reps, but execution wasn't there in the second half.
Big hole on the keeper here for Skyler Howard, the quarterback, and he races all the way out to the midfield.
Skyler Howard.
1:32 remaining.
Number 5, Johnson.
By the way, Trickett becomes the first player in school history here at West Virginia to throw for 300-plus yards in 6 straight games with his 302 today.
Wow.
How about that?
Yeah, Geno Smith never did that, even when they jumped out to that 6-0 start 2 years ago. Did not accomplish that.
That run by Skyler Howard all the way out to the 47. Here's Dustin Garrison into Kansas territory. All right, Brian, let's walk through what has gone on today in the top 10 in college football.
Well, we know Oregon got beat on Thursday night. Alabama beat here today. Oklahoma beat. That's 3. A&M beat. That's 4. Notre Dame beating Stanford, Michigan State playing tonight. Really, 4 in the top 10 beaten this weekend. So as we get ready and get closer to who could be considered for the Final Four in the first ever college football playoff, it certainly has gotten incredibly exciting.
Indeed it has. It will culminate on January 12th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, with the College Football Playoff National Championship game. By the way, that OU score, they lost in Fort Worth to TCU 37-33. It just went final a few moments ago, and it's about to go final here in Morgantown, West Virginia. A homecoming victory for Dana Holgorsen of the Mountaineers. The first game for Clint Bowen as the new head coach for the Kansas Jayhawks. There were some positive signs. There will be better days ahead for him.
Well, I think so. I mean, I saw an inspired defense play hard throughout the game. They didn't hang their heads down 26-0. We saw good special teams play. I think a little bit of Clint Bowen's energy was transferred to this team. They got to fix the offense. And for Clint Trickett, their first conference win here this year, get on the right track as they get ready really for a steady dose of conference play over the next 7 weeks.
Now, West Virginia now will be playing next at Texas Tech, home against Baylor, and then at Oklahoma State, their next 3. Right now, Leslie McCaslin is down on the field with Dana Holgorsen.
Well, Coach, you get your first Big 12 win. What improvements did you see defensively today?
Yeah, a lot of improvements defensively. You know, we did a good job on third down. You know, I think we did a better job in getting to the quarterback a little bit. It's amazing we still didn't get a turnover. I don't know if we're capable of getting turnovers this year. I definitely have to work on that.
Well, you go on the road in conference play for the first time next week to play Texas Tech. What do you need to clean up? Or I know you want some turnovers before then.
Well, we need turnovers defensively. You know, offensively, they're a good bunch defensively. Give Kansas credit. They're a great bunch defensively. Third downs were our issue. We moved the ball and made some big plays, but we couldn't stay on the field in third down. So third down on offense and turnovers on defense.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
33-14, the final score today is Leslie McCaslin talks with Dana Holgorsen, the head coach of the West Virginia Mountaineers. They're now 3-2 and 1-1 in the Big 12. Meanwhile, Kansas is 2-3 and 0-2 in the Big 12. And lost 26 straight on the road now. That'll do it from Morgantown. Again, West Virginia 33, Kansas 14 is your final. Next Saturday on Fox Sports Networks, we'll go to Huntington, West Virginia for a Conference USA matchup between Middle Tennessee State and Marshall at noon Eastern. For Brian Baldinger, Leslie McCaslin, and our great crew in Morgantown, West Virginia, I'm Mark Followell. Thanks for watching our presentation of Fox College Football.